Like, it's like you decide like, okay, we're
You
gonna. If
can
I was like, hey,
literally say that about everybody.
Oh
no,
shit!
this
Is
is
Gary in
oh,
the
You
house?
could
Is that
literally
Gary?
say this about everybody. Eight is not the number of the planner. Seven is.
no way.
Sevens are the perfectionists, not eight. Where are you getting this crap from?
8 is the number of harvest.
Who told you that?
8 is the number of harvest. 8 is the number of harvest because eight harvest starts with the eighth letter. Seven is connected to water. Water is the
Seven is
non-swimming
connected to water.
substance.
Good, but 22 is
Yes, it
actually the
is.
number of
8 is
water.
connected to earth. 8
No,
is
no,
connected to earth.
22 is
Earth is where the
connected. 22 is the number of water, not seven.
20, because it's made of two twos. That's why it's
It
the
has
number of
nothing
water.
to do with the two twos. Water can turn into ice. Water can turn into steam. It's a master builder. This is
Yeah.
elementary school numerology, bro.
So
Listen. It's good to look into numerology. It's good to, try to reverse engineer it, but don't come on here like you're a freaking expert and fucking tell people to follow your bullshit. Do you even have any money?
I do have money.
How much? Are you a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire yet.
Okay. You even have 100K?
I don't have 100K
Yeah,
yet.
okay.
No.
This is clown show shit, bro.
So this, and the reason I don't have 100K yet is because I wasn't following my soul's urge, my inner dreams,
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
expression of it,
Soul's
which is
Urge,
derived from
another
the name.
bullshit fucking numerology
Oh, it's a
term that I
bullshit.
debunked 15 years ago.
You debunked it. Debunk it right now. Debunked how the numbers in your name have no influence. Debunk it
No,
right
no,
now.
no. They have influence, but not the soul urge. That's trash.
Why? Why is it? Why? I've heard what you talk about. You state the vowel is so important. The soul's urge is derived from the vowel. Why does it have no
The
importance?
soul's urge is the way you add up all the vowels. I ain't adding up all the vowels, bro. That's
Why would you not do
garbage.
that?
That's garbage.
Why is that garbage though? Like your name Gary Grimberg adds up to 77. That's
No,
that's
no.
a you got
Mine.
you.
Would it
I'm a
be because
33
each
life path.
vowel even
I'm not
has
a
a placement?
77.
You're a
I'm a
77,
33
correct?
life path, bro. That's why I was able to make numerology mainstream, because I actually give people facts. I was listening to what you were saying for about 2-3 minutes, and literally no one of my people who are in their hedge fund managers, NFL players, no one will listen to that crap. They will dissect that within 2 seconds, bro. The only
What aspect?
that stuff you're talking about only works on people who have very limited numerology.
So, like, what aspect of the eight
It's
did
not a
the fact that it
planner, bro.
plans?
It's not a planner. That's garbage. You have $1 million ideas, but you don't listen to yourself. Where'd you get this garbage from?
Observing eights and giving
Yeah,
thousands of readings.
obviously you're observing broke ass eights. Maybe that's why you're broke yourself.
I'm not broke.
It seems like it.
Seems like it. Why? Because I'm up and coming.
You're not
I'm
up and
young.
coming. My GG33 members got this shit on lock, bro.
All right, who is he?
What do you mean? Who is he?
Yeah, is he in here? What GG33 member? We trade in readings. Like, what are we talking about?
I got literally 30 GG33 members doing readings. Got 1,500 students, and quite frankly, some of our billionaires and worth a lot of money, bro. Because I actually
That's
use
dope.
numerology and I apply it. I just don't talk about it. You seem like you're really good at talking, but I'm not sure about the application of it.
I'm pretty good at the application. You know what I do respect you about, Gary? I think you have downed the application of numerology like wonderfully. I really respect your practical application for numerology.
Yeah,
Right
brother,
now,
but why
what
not
I'm more
follow
heavy
that
into. Wait,
path?
wait, hold on. But what I'm more heavy into right now, and like I'm learning the aspects. See, I'm 23. I remember if you look when you discovered numerology, you were 23 years old.
Yeah,
And so
no.
there's
See, you know what's the best thing about me? If I never existed, no one even know about this shit right now.
see, but I knew
Not
about it
one
before you
person would be
before you
interested in
existed.
this if I didn't put this information out there. Not one person listening right now. See, it's really easy to go down a path when I already cut all the bushes and all the trees out the way. I dealt with all the resistance. All the people calling this shit a crackpot, all the shit I heard, oh, this is beta, this is woman stuff. I got men into this stuff. But here's the point, man. It's okay to go out there and research the stuff and, you know, actually try to diagnose things. But when you actually come out here and talk like you're an expert, you better have the wallet to back it up, bro. Because people are going to come to you 80%, 70% ain't going to be about spirituality, bro. It's about how can I what do I do best with my number? How am I best going to make money with my number? How am I going to best serve my family? And you're going to get occasionally some of these people who are more interested in, yo, I got this, which one's better? You're going to get a couple of those. But mostly people want to know how to make money. So if you haven't made money off numerology yourself, you're not going to be able to give them that guidance. You see where I'm coming from?
I understand, but how do you assume that I'm not making money off of numerology right now?
There's absolutely no way, because you have less than $100,000.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got other shit going on, and it's like, you know, I'm in a process of building. You know, I don't get.
No, you actually have
Let's
to
not
provide
deflect.
value to
Let's
people.
talk numerology. Let's talk about numerology. I mean,
Okay.
like, you know, like we could talk about money bags all day, but like at the end of the day, you know, like I'm in a building stage. You're there. I respect that. Like I respect that. Like you got there, and like I have nothing but respect.
Are you the 9 guy talking about 9 life path stuff on TikTok?
On TikTok? I am that
Oh,
guy.
you're the one who's trashing me all the time. Okay.
I am that guy talking about 9 because I understand 9.
What do you
I'll go
understand
get
about
that.
9? They're the most likely to be drug addicts. And did you say that people adapt to 9s? They don't adapt to people? Are you out your
Absolutely.
mind?
Well, every 9 I've talked to, every 9. What is 9 plus 5? 9 plus 5 is 14. That is
That
a
has
different.
nothing to do with anything. That means the 9 is adapting to the 5, because the 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. So the 9 is actually adapting to the 5, not the 5 adapting to the 9.
That is a different number. That is 14 is a completely different version of 5.
Oh, correct, but it's still a 5, isn't it?
It's absolutely a 5. But together,
okay, so is it closer to 5 or is it closer to 9?
The thing is the 9.
No. Answer the question. Is it closer to 5 or 9?
I guess you're right. It's closer to 5.
Okay, then. Case closed.
But the thing is that what the 9 successfully does is it brings the number up into a different area.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Nines are the biggest fucking losers. Are you a 9, by the way?
I'm not a 9. I'm a 13/4.
Okay, so I don't know why you're over here dick riding 9s, but let's be completely honest. 9s. See, here's the thing. When I argue with people, I have to be careful. I don't give up too much information because that they just copy and paste me. So I'm gonna say a few things that can put out there, because I always argue with people with 2 hands tied behind my back. When it comes down to people who are 9s, go to any drug rehab clinic. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They're the most likely to be drug addicts, like Brett Favre popping his fucking pills all the time, or what's that fucking fraud ass psychologist? Oh, Peterson, another one who's popping fucking pills all the time. 9s are not leaders. The worst president in American history, in modern American history, is Jimmy Carter. And under Jimmy Carter, we had gas lines. We had fucking double-digit inflations. If you go down the list, and yes, you're gonna find some 9s who actually do some things, but it's so fucking rare to find a 9 who has his shit together like the Hute. Whenever I actually find one, I fucking keep them around. 9s are fucking the kids of the zodiac. They're the fucking child. They're kids with fucking big egos who think they know everything. That's why, and the fact that you jumped on this craze, that fucking says a lot, brother. Now, if you're doing it for clout, okay, cool. You got to get your name out there somewhere, and attacking me is probably the best way to do it. So all good,
Absolutely.
no issues.
You're the 33, bro.
No issues.
The most attention.
Well, no. I'm not 33. There's a big difference. I'm also pure.
33.
And I'm also no. There's a difference between all 33s too, because I'm not just a 33. I'm a pure 33. Not only that, I'm born in the year of the snake, and the snake is the only sign that can magnify the 33 energy, because 33 AD was a snake year. That's the only sign that can actually do it. And you know the interesting thing about my triad, the snake, the ox, and the rooster? Every single one of our years, we dominate 8, when it's 11, when it's 22, or when it's 33. That's the difference, man. So it was meant for a 33 snake to fucking take this to the next level. Here's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Don't try to disprove me. It's literally impossible. When it comes down to it, if you actually want to make a name for yourself, go out there, make some money, show people how you made it, and then you'll get a following. But to jump on this nine craze that, oh wow, nines are so special, they're 1 through 9. This is fucking complete garbage, absolute fucking trash. Now,
Every number is special. There's no
you're
number
fucking nuts,
that is
dude.
more.
You're nuts.
Nah, bro, listen. There's no
Every
number
number
that's
is
more
special.
special than
Every
another.
number is
What?
special.
Absolutely.
What? No, no,
Every
no, no. Every number has strengths and weaknesses. Yes, but to
absolutely.
say they're special, that's when you start doing this, fruitcake bullshit. Like everyone's a winner. There can be no losers. That's garbage. That's when you start
There's
telling people.
literally a
Do
successful
you know? Do you
person
know
under
why
every
billionaires come
number
to me? I'll tell you why billionaires come to me because I
because
won't
you have
lie
good
to them.
advertising.
I won't lie to them. I will not lie to them. I tell billionaires to divorce their wives. I tell fucking people to do all sorts of shit that no one else would have the courage to fucking say to these people. No one. They come to me because of word of mouth. You're right. But it's not because of TikTok or IG or any of that. That's where, like, medium, maybe someone worth like 5 million, 1 million, he'll find you that way. But if you want the real big fish, bro, it's only word of mouth. There's no other way. No one is going to talk to anyone unless it's word of mouth. That's why they always come to me no matter what. When I hear people like you talk, okay, yeah, you know some basics, no doubt about it. But you have to actually lead with facts. I'll give you an example. Oxen, goat are enemies. Saddam Hussein, born 1937, year of the ox, took over Iraq 1979, year of the goat. That was the crown jewel of the Middle East. After he took it over, it went to hell. Then 1991, first Gulf War, second Gulf War, 2003. So what that basically means is every single enemy year he got hit. See, that right there is facts. What you say,
Let's
hold
talk
on. What
numerology. Go.
you say,
Let's get to
hold
the
on.
ratings then.
Hold on. What you say, I'm not going to give numerology readings so people learn how to fucking copy and paste me. I'm giving an example of how you actually show stuff is real. To say, oh, you're an 8, you're good at planning. Where's your facts? Can you back that up with any fucking statement where everyone can look at it and be like, okay, this guy is right? You can't. You absolutely cannot. That's why anyone with any sense of critical thinking skills would break apart everything you're saying.
All right, I'll take your advice then, and I will. I'll start including examples in everything I say.
There you go. And that
No,
way,
I'm
a
serious.
guy like me can't come in here and pick you apart.
But how would you pick me apart? You're saying the 8 is planning, but this
The 8
man
is not
decrees.
planning. I've
How
never
so?
said that one time in my
Well,
life.
I
And
said
8
that.
is planning.
I
As a
said
matter of
that.
fact, the 4 is actually planning, not the 8.
4 is the number of planting. 8 is the
No,
number of harvest.
planning. They're disciplined. They're mostly accountants, bro.
Yeah, because 4 is connected to mathematics. Mathematics starts with the 13th command.
Four is not mathematics. The material.
Yeah, 4. It's connected to
Material and
mathematics as well.
mathematics are part of the material realm. You're going off a little bit too much in the spiritual. You don't even have the material back it up. Let me tell you something, bro. Get your money up. No one's gonna listen to a damn thing you say until you do. Just straight facts, bro.
Money's coming up right now. I want to be up, and I'm gonna be up.
Not me. I mean,
But
no. The only way a numerologist makes it if I allow it. I don't think you understand that yet.
yeah, we'll see.
What do you mean you
I'm
will
just
see? I'll get you deleted off TikTok if I want tomorrow. What are you
why
talking
like,
about?
but why would you do that? Like,
That's what I'm
why
saying
would you
because
do that?
you just said I can't. I
But
decide.
like,
I decide who makes it mainstream and who doesn't. So people who pay homage, I have no problem. I'm not going to fuck with them. But if you just keep talking, running your mouth on TikTok, trying to get fucking views off my name, well, then we might have an issue.
what would be the point? See, the thing is though, you
What
think
would
there's
be the
no
point? Very simple.
you
You
think
talk shit, I take you out. This is
you
my
think there's
realm,
no
bro.
validity.
This
You
is
think
my
there's no
realm.
validity in what I have
I
to say.
can't do anything on Twitter. That's 100%, bro. I can't get anyone done on Twitter. Elon Musk is not a fan of mine. But when it comes down to Facebook, when it comes down to IG, when it comes down to YouTube, TikTok, they're all my friends. Every single one, people who run those platforms, are my friends. So it's very simple. People run their mouth too much. I'll axe them. I don't care.
All right.
Okay.
Well, fair enough.
So again, what I'm basically telling you is stop running your mouth about me on TikTok, bro.
I agree. I don't think
Do we have an understanding?
Yeah, I don't think I need you to get on. I don't. You're right. I shouldn't be using your name to do
Yeah,
anything. I
I
don't.
mean, exactly. You shouldn't be using my name. But see, that's what every single numerologist who wants to do something, they try to either align themselves with me, and if they pay homage, I'll never fuck with them. Even if you're like out there, like there's guys who created apps off the free information I put out there. They pay homage, I never fuck with them. It's the ones who talk shit based off a fucking field I created. I created
You
this
think?
field.
You think you know you like you didn't create numerology.
No, I made
You
it mainstream. That's
popularized it.
more than Pythagoras ever did.
Sure, but the thing is like I have knowledge that you are not teaching.
You
Like
have
I have
no
no,
knowledge that I'm not teaching. You have no,
absolutely I
dude.
do.
Do you understand how arrogant you sound? I'm a 33. I've been at this for 20 years, 20 freaking, no, actually more. And you're telling me you have knowledge that I don't teach? Are you out of
Absolutely.
your fucking mind?
That you don't publicly teach. Absolutely. That's why I
I,
made videos about the nine.
okay, well,
That's why I have
that's
a video explaining every nine.
if you actually believe the shit you're telling about nines, you're doing them a huge disservice.
You
Huge fucking. You're basically giving candy to a baby.
you
That's
think
what you're doing.
there's do you think there's a point in de-evolving the nines?
There's
You
no
think
point
like
in devolving. There's a point in telling the truth. Stay off drugs. Get off your fucking ego. Yeah, there's a big point in that.
yeah, I see it, but that's not what every nine is.
I would say a majority of them in society, yes.
I've seen a lot of nines that do a lot of good. They
Yeah,
just need the
yeah.
correct directions. Why not
And
provide the correct?
well, let me tell you something. You don't see the nines in my group talking shit because I actually do provide that correct direction. The problem with if I start talking too much, then people just copy and paste me, and not only that, they don't even give me credit for my own work. So that's why we do certain things the way we do. I'm the
What's
one.
wrong with being copied and pasted? Here, listen, because this is the thing.
It's a problem when people don't actually pay homage to where they got the information. You want to copy and paste me, cool. Just actually tell people, oh, you're not the genius who came up with this. I am. Just give credit
Okay.
where it's due. It's not that difficult.
See, I don't do that. What I have done though, and I will agree to this, I have used your name because you have a 33, and 33 garners the most attention out of all the numbers. Utilizing the 33 and utilizing you is helpful, and and
Mhm.
and and, you know that isn't what blew me up. I blew myself up, and
No,
there
no,
was
no.
some things.
Talking about me is giving you the most views on your videos. You know that. Stop lying.
No, it's not. You can look at them right now. You can check up on my TikTok right now. Zapray on TikTok. You,
Brother, I've had people send me your videos of you just using my name left and right and disparaging it, Gary this, Gary that. I mean, listen, you want to use my name, it might come with consequences. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
all right, I'll note that. And I think I'll note that, and I do have respect for you, Gary. I do. There's just
You
some
couldn't
certain
tell
things.
you couldn't tell by listening to your TikToks.
No, you can't because the thing is there's what you're not teaching certain aspects. Like you have a gatekeep thing, and I get it. You're a businessman. You're a smart businessman, and I respect that. But what I believe in is this freedom of information when it comes to numerology.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I promote the way I
Wait
do
till a
on
few people
TikTok.
betray you. We'll see how you feel about that.
No, I get it, bro. But like the thing is like this numerology in general should be used by every single person in the
No, it's not.
world.
No one shouldn't. No one shouldn't.
Why?
Too many evil people in the world. That's
Evil
why the
people are already
basics,
using it.
and that's why it's only the basics that need to be. I see. I understand why the elite don't teach everybody all this shit, man. I completely. There would be anarchy, absolute anarchy, if everyone in the world knew advanced numerology. The basics, yes, the basics. I agree that people should know. The advanced stuff, no, 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 no.
The thing, you know what?
I've seen human nature. You're young, you're idealistic. You don't understand. You don't have enough experience to understand. When you find out what people's true human nature is, and then when you find out some of these people you actually help will do anything in their power to bring you down, you understand the true nature of how this works. I'll give you an example. There's people right now who are using the 28 and 8 in everything they do, products, this and that. They won't even fucking, and they'll attack me in the same fucking paragraph and call me a fraud. Even Kanye just started selling his name brand shit on the 28th, even though we both know where he got that from. We both know. As a matter of fact, I know exactly who told him because I have text messages proving this shit, and he still won't give me my credit. So what you have to understand is there's a difference between a copycat and someone who actually invents something. People who invent things, they have pride in what they invented.
Who do you think I
And
am?
bro. There's not a damn thing that anyone in fucking GG33 bronze doesn't know. There's
But
not one thing that anyone in GG33 bronze doesn't know. And if you think you do, then my man, you need to check your ego. You really, really do. I mean, listen, it's one thing to pretend you know something to, someone who doesn't know anything about numerology. Even the basics seems amazing to them. But at the end of the day, no one knew what enemy signs were. No one knew what any of this numerology was before I put it out there. So, I would tell you to do what I did. I didn't talk about this till I knew about this. I actually secluded myself for about, let's see, it started in 2001. I really didn't start going on the radio until about 2005, 2006.
that's what I
And
did.
based,
I secluded myself.
hold on. When did you start studying this stuff?
I started studying in 2019, and I didn't.
20 marry your wife based off numerology and astrology.
No, it was more of an organic relationship where I just happened to. But I'm a 4 and she's an 8, and that's a really good combination.
I'm not sure about really good, but okay. When it comes down to it, when you look at your whole life, are you implementing this every day? And if you are, in 5 years, how come you don't have a good amount of money? I mean,
Because
I have my GG33 Gold guy. I mean, I think I was talking to Cat Prince yesterday. He found me about 2020, 2021, and he started implementing what I was teaching him. He's younger than you, and he already has like a milli. So there's plenty of people who have implemented my lessons and became very, very rich. Now, is money the only thing? No, of course not. But see, when you talk to people, like for instance, when I was hiring a crypto expert for GG33, one of the requirements was they were a self-made millionaire. Why? Because you can't teach other people to be millionaires unless you're a millionaire yourself. Same thing goes with numerology and everything else. Brother, when it comes down to it, there are a lot better people than you right now. And again, it feels so much better when you make your name off yourself than actually when you do it off somebody else. I built my name by my freaking self. No one put me on. That's one of the things I always tell these guys like Sneeko and Zerka. No one put me on. Every single one else in this space, influencer or whatever, they got put on by someone else. No one put me on. Now, what I have done is I created a whole economy. If you're even able to sell a $10 or $20 reading, that's thanks to me for putting interest out there and making this whole economy go. That, my GG33 members are actually cleaning up. We sell all combined probably like 500 readings a month, not even including mine. And when it comes down to it, people know my name all over the world because GG33 is a brand. I would encourage people who want to do numerology, don't trash my name. If you use my material, say where you got it from, and we'll never have an issue. If you want to go out there and be the best numerologist in the world and you're not aligned with me, I'm not going to try to keep you down. The only people I'm going to keep down are the ones who talk shit or the ones who take my shit and fucking pretend like they came up with it, or the ones who are putting out bogus ass information. 8 is the planner is bogus information, my friend. You're the planner as a 4. 8s are not the planners. 8s only care about fucking money. They only fucking think about money 24/7, just like a fucking whore thinks about sex.
That's
8
not even
thinks
true
about
at all.
money. That's how it works.
8 does not always think about money. 8. The reason why 8 is the number of planning is because they can see in the future. 8
That's
is the
how I
number of
know. No,
time.
that's how I know you've been around poor folks. Because if you're around the 8s I'm around, they're always thinking about money. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, male, or female. If you talk to the 8s I talk to, every single minute, they're thinking about how to make some how to make some bread. If you're around 8s and they ain't talking about money all the time, they're failed reincarnations, bro.
You think
Okay,
you think that
hold on.
You are here to experience abundance as an 8.
But
You're
not
here to
every 8 is
experience.
just an
You're
8.
here
There's a
to experience
17. There's a
either
26. There's a
poverty
35.
or abundance.
Hold up. So pray. What do you think the number of money?
Number of money is? I think 8 is the number of money because 8's the number of harvest. It's the number. It's the end of the cycle. Everything is moving in a 1 through 8 cycle. 9 is
Guys, anyone listening to this,
Yeah,
this is complete
yeah.
trash.
nah,
I'm not
bro.
gonna
No,
lie
no.
to you.
Listen,
This is
listen. Let me
complete
explain.
trash.
No, no. Let me
This is
explain.
complete trash,
Let
bro.
me explain. Let me
Oh my
explain.
god.
No, no, really, really, really. Let me explain. So the thing is, eight is the number of the harvest. Harvest starts with the eighth letter H. Everything is a 1 through 8 harvest. 1 is the seed. 2 is the water. 3 is the air that blows in more seeds. 4 is the planting of the seed. 5 is the air that blows away things that are no longer needed, and more seeds are coming in.
Okay.
6
And
is
any
the
proof of
warm.
this?
No, listen. 6 is the warm
No, no,
fire.
no, 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 no,
That
no. I'm not gonna listen. Proof.
proof of what? That you can literally see this through all
No,
things. So here,
once you
let's
say
talk.
something, give me evidence.
How am I supposed to evidence you if this
You
is literally
can't
like
give evidence. That means it's not real.
what is how is that what is the evidence you require? One is the seed. Look, one is 100% the seed. Seed starts with
Why
the
is one the
19th letter
seed?
S.
Give me why one's the seed.
One is the seed because one is connected to masculine energy. Where does the seed come? It comes from a male.
Hmm.
Semen starts with the
Okay.
19th letter
Why
S.
does seed have a first vowel as a E, and reproduction has a first vowel as a E, and sex has a first vowel as a E? You're out your fucking mind.
Because 5 is on the same circuit as 0,
Oh
and
my!
0 is the
Is
vagina.
it? Is it? Where's your
Yes, it
evidence that
is.
5 is on the same circuit as 0? Evidence.
Okay, evidence right now. Every number that ends in 0 is a multiple of 5. Every number that ends in 0 is a multiple of 5. 0 is the vagina. 0 is the nothing that everything comes from.
But
Everything is connected to the 5.
Venus is the vagina. Okay, that's fine. So everything is connected to the 5. I mean, just because
5, everything starts
mathematics
with
says it
5. Everything
multiplies
starts with
everything in
5.
5. See, you're never going to make any money with this shit because you're going to be running around in hoops. You have no idea what real. You're as stuck as those gematria guys. Those guys who keep
Gematria.
looking at the. Yeah, you're as stuck as those guys, bro. You're not going to fucking accomplish anything by looking at this garbage. You sound like the numerologist I talked to 20 years ago. Who ended up actually dying broke, bro.
The
You
numeral.
really need to
I'm not broke, and I won't die broke.
you really need to reevaluate the way you look at numerology because there is absolutely no evidence to back up anything you say.
Mathematics, symbolism, and what's going on around you is the perfect evidence for numerology.
Not always, but go ahead.
No, it is. And you look,
Give us evidence that a 5 and 0 are the same. This should
they're
sound
not the
good.
same. They're not. Well, they are the same in a way that
Okay,
they're
they are the
completely
same.
mutable.
Okay, why are they the same?
They're the same in a similar way where they're completely mutable. 5 is the number of change. 5 is the number of adaptation. What zeros do is they do that very well. You talk to
Hmm.
have any zeros in here, any 20s, any 10s, any 30s, any life path
So
40s, any
20
50s.
20 is a what then?
20 is a 2. 20 is a 20
20 is a
slash
2.
2.
I
I
see.
hear.
So
I actually have a
mhm,
question for you.
mhm.
So do you think that 20 is reminiscent of 11 because it's the 11th composite number, or do you do that
No,
because you think it's
no.
close?
Is I have actually every GG33 member knows why 20 is 11. I've yet to see one person outside of GG33 figure it out. Not
The,
one.
but the
Not
thing is
one.
20 functions different from an 11. It functions different from an 11, like
If
from a
you're asking
29,
me
from a
if
36.
20 is more sensitive than most 11s, yes, but overall it's an 11, 100%.
And what are twos? You don't think that twos have the same
There's
energy as
no such
11s?
thing as a two life path.
Yeah, absolutely.
People.
You
There's
can't have
only
a two
people
life
born
path.
on the second.
You can't
Only
have a
people
life
born on
path
the
two.
second.
It's impossible to have a life path two. You'd have to be born like 1-1. That's it.
Okay, well, at least you got that part. But for some reason, you think 20 is not an 11 to two. So
Sure. You could say 20 has characteristics of 11, but 20 itself is a 20. If you read a 20
no,
like an
no, no,
11,
no.
you can read
20
a 20
itself.
differently.
See, here's the thing. I could fucking say in 10 seconds why 11 and all these other numbers are not like two. But by doing that, I'm educating all the other people outside of GG33, and you guys start catching up. I'm
They're
not
not
going to do
like
that.
two because they have one next to them. And one is the number of the
Stop.
masculine.
Stop. You sound,
One is the number of the masculine, and
bro,
one is
bro,
boiling
bro,
water.
bro,
That's why
bro,
11 is the
bro.
number of consciousness, and two is the number of
You,
consciousness because it takes
11 is the
two
number of
beings to
what?
be consciousness. Because it takes
11 is the
two
number of
beings.
consciousness now.
What did you say? What? No. What did you just say? Two is the number of consciousness. It takes two things to be conscious. It takes a mother and a father to birth something. It takes a creator and a creation. It takes a mirror and you to be conscious of something. Two is the number
Really?
of consciousness.
So
Everything.
if you don't look yourself in the mirror, you're not conscious.
How can you be conscious of yourself if you operate without anything to look at beyond you? You're sentient. Sentience is different from
brother.
consciousness.
I can't see the wind, but I can put my hand outside the window and feel it. Again, you're talking nonsense.
That's feeling.
Absolute garbage.
No, absolutely not. Sentience is connected, is possible by yourself, but consciousness is being conscious of something. You require a second to be conscious.
Yeah.
You require
Okay.
a second.
Okay, let's see if there's any of my GG33 guys here, so they can take care of this. Let's start this because I'm losing my wits end with you right now. You're not even a numerologist, bro. I wouldn't even call you a numerologist. You just think you know a few things. You really don't. You're sadly going to get humbled in this world.
Hold on a second. Zapre and Gary. Zapre, why do you keep saying 14 is on the up and up? What does that mean?
14 is on the up and up because 14 is the number of neglect. People born on the 14th, people whose life paths are 14, people whose name starts with N, they have been neglected. And you look at all these things that came up in the wait, stop. So the thing you look at these things that used to start with N in the past, like nutrition, numerology.
You can't prove any of this shit.
You can I prove it all the time. Talk to a fucking 14. All right, any 14s in here, bro?
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, how much money do you have?
How much money do I have right now? About like 2K. That's what I got right now.
2K. Where do you live?
I'm not gonna dox myself.
You can't say the state you live in?
I live in California.
Okay. Why don't you make yourself over here to Miami and you bring your 2K and we're gonna go up to 20 random people, $100 each. And we're gonna videotape this. You give them a reading, I give them a reading, and we're gonna see who they resonate with. You wanna do that?
Why don't we do it now?
That's a really wonderful proposition.
Are you going to do it? Yes or no?
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. Then in that case, you can text me on my Twitter. Tell me when you're coming down. I'll set up the cameras, have the cash in hand. We'll go up and we'll ask 20 random people. We'll pick someone and they'll pick who we're talking to, so we know they're random. We'll put it on mic and we will see who actually can actually give readings. Bro, you're going to be humbled big time, bro.
I would love that.
I know you would. You think you're going to get clout off this. That's why, but you're really not.
No, I would love that. I would love that despite the clout. I think because I have a 95/14 expression. I have a 95. I have
means nothing.
No,
means nothing.
It means a lot. It
means
a lot.
Nothing.
No, I give name readings all the time. It means a lot. It's
bro, names can be changed. Birthdays can't, jackass.
Oh yeah, you can't change your birth name. You can change.
What do you mean you can't change your birth name?
Change it legally. That's an original brand. So listen, guys. This is how numerology works. It's numbers that are
no, actually it doesn't. That's why Facebook changed their name to Meta. That's why fucking Google changed their name to Alphabet.
You can change your minor. You can change to become a different minor expression, a minor soul surge, a minor, and you can have that number influence. But the way that
anyone who's looking at this,
your birth name has a lot of fucking weight. You can, that's why I went from working at, like, you could say, like, I'm not making money from numerology. I was able to quit my job. Now I make money from only numerology. That's all I make it from. And numerology based off my own system. Like, based off of my system. I would love to go to Miami and do the 20 thing and put 2K on the table and do it. I would.
Get Wise Cat up here.
Which one?
No. We don't need.
You're about to get
Gary,
we definitely need Wise Cat. I'm gonna only put up with so much nonsense.
Put Wise Cat in.
I'm only gonna put up with so much nonsense. 8 is the number of the harvest. That is like the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of in my life.
Okay.
How is that ridiculous?
What the fuck do they harvest?
8 is the number of money.
What do they harvest?
What if they make money? They harvest. If you're talking about, it's all about money. 8 is
so who do they harvest it from? So harvest means they're taking it from someone else. Who are they harvesting it from?
No, harvest does not mean taken from someone else. Harvest just means to get, to attain. That's why 8 is the number of karma, because it's the number of harvest.
No, 8's the number of karma because what goes around comes around. It's in the shape of the number itself. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you see how you explain that stuff that actually makes sense to people?
No. It does make sense.
No, it doesn't. It only makes sense to you.
Now listen, stop. Wait, just let me talk. Let me talk. So 8 is definitely the number of harvest
Prove it.
because
Bet your
and
fucking
that is
life
related
on
to
it.
karma.
Would you bet your life that eight's number of harvest? Because I bet you, I
Yes, I
bet my
would.
life on everything I say.
Yes, I bet my
Eight
life that 8 is
eight
the number
is
of harvest.
Saturn. Saturn is 8. That's
Yeah,
why
Saturn carries a
harvest.
scythe. Scythe is
Reaper,
for the
Grim
harvest.
Reaper, the Grim Reaper, Saturn, the Grim Reaper. What is reaping? Reaping is harvest, bro.
So
There's
so
your
so
proof.
so they're reaping what? What are they reaping?
Reaping anything, reaping the result of things is what eights do.
Bro, you're talking nonsense. Eight is the number of three things: karma, money, and basically what goes around comes around, man. That's it.
And the boss and the manager and
And
harvest. It
one
all
ones are the head coaches, not the eights, bro.
eights are the ones that direct you from a future sight. Look, eights have a keen ability to look into the past and look into the
No,
future.
they
That's how they
don't. This
direct
is
you.
nonsense. They have no
No, it's not,
ability
bro.
to
Eights
look
have
in the past. Where do you come up with this garbage? Why doesn't anyone check you on this shit?
look. Okay, how is eight shaped? How is eight shaped? Look,
Two circles,
The
what
present
goes
is where
around
it's
comes around.
no, yeah. What goes around comes around. Where does eight meet in the middle? That's the present. When it goes backwards, there's the
No,
past.
no.
When it
Eight,
goes up to
eight
the
in the
future, there's
middle.
the
Eight in
future.
the middle represents middle class. Something eights are not. They're either poor or they have money.
You think you speak in these absolutes like
They
these
because it is
symbolisms can't exist
absolute.
at the same
It is
time.
absolute.
You speak like these
Okay,
symbolisms can't
okay.
exist at the same time.
Now sit down, take notes. I'll explain how this works. Russia is an eight life path nation. Now, when it comes to the billionaires list, Russia is number 3 behind China and America. When it comes to the millionaires list, they're like number 25 and 30. And they also have a whole lot of poor people. What that shows you, it's a very top heavy economy and it has a lot of poor people in there too. That's exactly what you expect out of the eight life path nation. Just like an eight life path person, they either have it or they don't. That's how you
Why
explain
does that
things.
not denote? Why does that disprove harvest? Because you're thinking like harvest is the thing. So like yes, we could have broke people, but their result of being broke is an inability to reap. That is the harvest that they're always reaping. Is this lower harvest?
You
That's why
mean
we.
they can't manifest any money?
That is the harvest that they're always reaping. That's what eight is the number of anxiety.
No,
Eight is
it's
the number of
not.
anxiety.
No,
Well,
it's
yes,
not.
it is because it's the
No, it's
past and the
not.
future. They're always in
No,
the
it's
past and they're
not.
always in the future.
You've
Yes, they
been
are.
what book psyoped you so you could put it out there to make sure no one reads this crap?
I don't fucking read books, so I don't need a fucking
Okay.
book.
No, you definitely need some help, bro, because the crap you're spewing has absolutely no basis and it only makes sense in your mind. You've literally brainwashed yourself.
No, I
Congratulations.
haven't because I've done shit tons of readings. This is how eights operate.
Bro, you do a reading with some of the people who pay me, they'll fucking laugh you out of the goddamn phone call. They will laugh you out of the fucking phone call. What you're saying is a fucking joke. Not a good one
Then
either.
give me an application. Put in Wisecat. We trade in readings or what?
Why? So you can learn off my people? Are you
No, so
insane?
I'll go first, bro. I don't care.
I mean, you can go first all you want. You're making a fool of yourself right now.
I'm not making a fool of myself.
Yes, you are. You're exactly an example of what not to do in numerology. You can't fucking back anything you say up. You say the same thing repeating, but you have no facts. You have absolutely no facts. I'll give you here's how you actually do things. 11s basically like to 11s are very, very close to other 11s. They like to bring up other 11s. How can you prove this? Michael Jordan, an 11 life path, basically took Kobe Bryant under his wing. Kobe took Kyrie under his wing. You can prove things like that by giving people facts like this. You actually have not done one factual thing. You just keep spreading what you're saying, and it has no factual basis behind it. None. Until you learn to actually give people facts, no one's going to believe a damn thing. I mean, you can get some gullible people to believe you, but when it comes to serious individuals that actually have brains, people who are in the workforce, people who make decisions, they're never going to listen to this crap, bro, because you have
Why am I
no
accurate with
factual.
every single reading I've ever done? Then, like, I mean, it's like every reading that I have sat down and
Uh-huh.
someone has paid me for, I have been
And
absolutely
how much? How
100%
much were you
accurate.
paid?
I charge 250 for 2 hours.
Why would you charge 250 and not 260?
because I want to because 25 is the number of knowledge. Like seven is the number of knowledge, and I teach knowledge. That's my most sold
I see.
reading.
So
Why does it
teach them
work
on.
like that?
So teach people on 7 days. Teach people at 7 o'clock. Why if you're making
We're on a 25 day right now. That's why we're
if
doing
you're
this.
making a monetary transaction, it should be in eights. It should be in
Why
28.
is that my most sold reading then? Why is my most sold when I have stuff priced in 8? Why is my most sold reading a
Who
250?
out of their
If you know,
right mind would pay you $250 for a reading?
a lot of people.
How many readings have you done?
How many? I've done like over like 500,000 readings. Like some paper.
500,000 readings. Even I haven't done that
No,
many.
500 to like 1,000 readings. Like in between
And
that
you've
in
done
there.
500 readings, and everyone's paid you 250.
No, I only recently started doing that.
And
I
how
only
many people
recently
have paid you 250?
250 since, and that's been since this year. Maybe about, I would say, probably like 80 people. And
80
that's been
people. 80 people have
since
paid you
October.
250 for a reading since the beginning of this year.
No, since October of last year.
Okay, so 80 people have paid you that much. So you made over
80 maybe like, like around like 80, 60, like that ratio. I've made enough where
Okay,
like I'm comfortable right
show
now
me
and I'm still
evidence of this.
operating.
Show me evidence of this because I think you're fucking capping.
You think I'm capping. You think
I think you're capping
what
100%,
would be
man.
the point? Like what is the point? What is the point
You're,
of
because
capping?
right now the way you're defensive, if you were real, you'd actually say, "I'll show you the evidence," but you actually lied right now. You did not do no
You want me
80
to like
readings for
you want me to put my
250.
PayPal? You want me to like put my PayPal statements up and
Oh,
my Cash
I
App
mean, let's
statements?
see. Let's see. I mean, listen, bro, you're capping, bro. No one's paying you 250. 80 people. Maybe you got like 2-3 people to get a hustle out of some people, but no one knows who the fuck you
I
are.
pay my rent. I pay my rent just doing numerology.
Oh
It's
God.
over. Like that's it. That's all. I
Oh
pay my
God.
rent doing numerology. I don't have to fucking.
You pay your rent and paying numerology, doing numerology. So you're
I
basically
do.
setting people up for losses.
How is that?
Telling
I've
people
helped so
8 is
many
the
people in
number of
their
the
fucking life.
harvest.
I've helped so many people in their life. And when I read someone, yeah, 8 is that is number theory. We're talking right there. Number theory is 8
I
is the
don't have
harvest.
theories.
But
I
like,
have facts.
no. These aren't
Wouldn't
theories.
9 be the number of harvest since that's whenever everything is completed
Completion.
and grown?
Completion.
When you're
Literally.
picking, the fruit is when you have the 8.
Now he's
Whenever
talking
you
about
eat
now he's
it,
talking about picking fruit, people.
whenever
Nine
you
nine
actually eat it, complete the meal and complete everything, like whenever you complete taking a shit, that's the completion. What do you
harvest,
mean?
and 9 isn't even completion. How is 0.99% complete? 10 is complete.
Fuck.
Wow, you're absolutely lost. You're lying on here saying 80 people paid you. Wow. I mean, don't you have any self-respect, bro?
I got a lot of self-respect.
I can't tell because you're out here fucking capping, and 90% of the people can tell. I mean, maybe you'll fool a couple people in here, but bro, you ain't selling anybody any readings. Maybe you sold 5 in your fucking life, bro. No one's fucking paying you for this fucking
What is
nonsense.
this deflection? What is this deflection? Like
It's
it's
no
like
deflection, bro. I fucking made $8,000 today doing readings. It's no deflection.
good shit, bro.
It's no
Congrats.
deflection, and if I want to, I'll eliminate your ass very easily,
Why would you do
very
that though?
easily. Why? Because
What
you're
would be
out
the
here
purpose
lying
of
to
that?
people. I'm actually really considering fucking paying someone to delete your TikTok account now because not because you're talking shit, but because you're actually lying to people on here. 80 people paid you 250. Why are you lying, bro? I know
What
you're lying.
purpose
I
do
can
I
tell in
have?
your
What purpose?
voice. I can tell in your voice you're fucking lying to people. Why would you do that? Why
What
can't you
purpose
say,
do I
"Oh,
have
I
to lie?
sold about 5, 6 readings. I'm trying my best." Why can't you say that? Why do you have to lie?
I have done 80 readings
You did not do 80 paid readings for 250. I do not believe you.
I have done
I
80
do not
paid readings
believe
for
you.
250.
Okay.
Hold on a
So here's what's
second.
going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to provide me proof within 24 hours that you've actually done that, or I'm going to delete your TikTok account.
Sure. You want me to provide you 80
I want
proof
you
of me?
proof that 80 people paid you for readings. And if you don't do that, I'm going to delete your Twitter account. I'm not your Twitter. I can't even do that, but I will delete your TikTok account because right now I think you're fucking lying. As a matter of fact, I'm sure you're lying. I'll give you one more chance. Are you sure it was 80? It wasn't lower? Are you sure?
Let's check right now. I'm gonna look right now and see how many readings I've done since
Well,
October.
you know
Okay.
what it is, Zap, as well. You said you had two before, and then the math just doesn't really add up. Like I don't want to do
Yeah, I don't. I honestly, I
Wait,
don't. I've
you're
done.
vaccinated?
I'm not vaccinated. What's the
Oh,
point?
I was about to say, you vaccinated. You're done.
Hold up
Vaccinated.
1 second. So pray in the meantime, while you're looking up your readings, I'd like you to explain to everyone, and especially Gary, where you get your numerology wisdom from. Because it doesn't
Myself.
come from books.
No, I get it from myself. I do
You're not
mathematics
smart
as
enough
well.
as a four, bro. You're not smart enough as a four to fucking figure out real numerology yourself. Sorry.
I'm a 13/4.
You're not smart enough to figure it out by yourself, bro. Sorry.
All right, let's see. Let's see. I honestly, I think
Okay,
I have done less than 80.
so how does
One.
this work, Pray? You just pull the information out of the ether and it comes to you? What's up?
The
He's
more
not even a master number. This shit's garbage,
I
man.
have master numbers in me. I've got a
Where do
soul.
you
I've
have?
got a soul source 3811. I got a soul
Oh,
source
you
1233.
mean the vowels in your name? Weak,
Uh-huh.
weak.
That
Let's see.
actually brings up a really
2,
interesting
3,
point. Gary,
4,
what's wrong with the
5,
soul urge?
6, 7.
It just doesn't work if you reverse engineer it and you do actually the work and you study it. You see it's not effective. Anything that's only 50% effective is not effective. I mean, my man. I mean, you're in my classes. You ever see me talk about that shit?
No, I'm not in your classes. What
Oh,
about the
wait. I'm
expression?
sorry. Someone else is in here. I thought D was speaking. My bad.
What about the expression? Any validity?
It's not. There's no validity. If it's on the internet and it's free, it's mostly bullshit. The only thing the internet is good for is basics. That's it.
Gary, sorry
No.
to
I'm
interrupt.
talking about a book, expression, soul urge, etc.
I threw all the books away in 2002. They actually, you know why I threw all the books away? Because I actually, talked to the people who written all those books, and I found out when I was talking to them that they're all fucking broke. And I was basically asking them, like, if you know all this knowledge, if you have all this wisdom, how come you can't manifest any money? And then they would usually use the cop out that, oh, they don't care about money, it's not important. Wrong. You just couldn't fucking make any. You couldn't manifest any. So when I saw that, I threw all the books away, and then I started studying people. I can assure you that it takes a 33. It takes someone born on the 7th to actually figure
33.
this out. Like, there's some people who can see auras, and there's some people who can see auras within auras. That's the level I'm at with numerology. And when it comes down to it, this stuff would be laughed at in GG33. This shit would
All
be
right.
laughed at in the
I got.
academy, for God's sake.
I did.
Okay, what is your discrepancy with Juno Jordan? Because there's actually some decent shit in a Juno Jordan book. No.
Well, all the numerologists who have books out now basically copied and pasted her work in the 60s during the hippie era and all that. And I looked through Juno Jordan's work. I'm not saying she's a fraud, but she didn't know what advanced numerology was. That's for sure.
All right,
Okay,
Gary. I have how many
what do
readings
you?
I've done. It's not
Hold
80.
up,
Okay, how many readings have you done?
hold up,
It's
Zapre.
34. It's not
Hold
80.
up,
And
Zapre. Shut the fuck up. Shut the
34,
No.
huh?
Listen.
fuck
I
up.
will apologize for my over.
Okay.
It's 34. I
Okay.
counted it.
Hey. Congratulations. You saved your account from being deleted for fucking lying. Congratulations for admitting that. Good for you.
Well, I wanted to check. It felt. I've
No,
been
no,
doing a
you
lot of
didn't feel
stuff.
anything, bro. You knew it wasn't 80. There's a big difference between 34 and 80. Stop lying.
All right. Well, that's what we got. We got 34 readings
Okay. Good for you, man. Keep
since
doing it, man.
October, and most
Good
of those were done in December and January.
good for you, man.
So that's where I'm moving right now.
And because you didn't lie, I won't delete your account, man. Because it would literally take me one phone call.
I don't even know why you would do that though. It
Because
just seems.
because you're spreading bullshit and you're talking shit about me on TikTok. In all honesty, you already admitted that.
Yeah, I admit I was talking shit about you.
Yeah, I get it. It's all good.
Bad publicity, good publicity. Is this how we move up right here?
Well, see, the thing is, you talk shit about the wrong people. It seems like it's good publicity, but what if that person knows someone who can get you deleted?
Well, I'm in a call with you right now.
You gotta fucking think about stuff like that.
I mean, you know who I am. I'm on your radar.
Yeah, you're not on my radar. Someone sent me this link. I came in, and then I fucking saw that you have the same voice of some videos people sent me. You're not on my radar, bro. I could put it like this, man. If you lied, I would have took you out. But you admitted that you didn't tell 80. I could tell in your voice I can tell in people's voice when they're fucking lying, bro. It's so fucking easy. It's the vibration. There's so much stuff I know besides numerology, but I'm never going to talk about it. Why? Because I see how people like you are. They get ideas from me and then they try to fucking like corrupt it with
But
fucking
I
shit that
never
doesn't make
learned my
sense.
numerology from you. I never learned my numerology from you. I learned it from myself and my own practical applications. I'm a 4.
Yeah.
I move through these things in a scientific way. That's how I operate with numerology.
Yeah, I see how you operate, bro. I see how you operate. You have absolutely no basis, no facts. You just
So
say,
let's get
"Yo,
some people
believe
in
me."
here. I'll prove. I'll prove, and I'm gonna take you up on that 2K. I'm serious.
That's more. You're more than happy to do that. I'll more than happy to make a fool out of you. Just make sure you bring the 2K with you, man. And then after I'm done, I'll donate that money to people who are homeless in the same video. I think that would be good fucking
We'll
content, man.
see.
So yes.
No, we'll see.
There's nothing to see. The outcome's already fucking done. You're not even at my level like when I was like 1 month into this, bro. Going back to 2001, you're not even at that level yet. The shit that you're spewing out your mouth tells me that you actually haven't done any real application. You haven't done any of it, bro. You just fuck around with these words and stuff like that. Words can be changed. Birthdays cannot. It's very simple. You don't need to pay that much attention to the fucking
You need
names
to
when
pay
you
a lot of
compare it to
attention to it.
birthdays.
You need to pay a lot of attention to your name. Your name is absolutely essential. It is, especially for any English speaking
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
The English
A
language.
lot of Garys in the world, very few 33s. I wonder what made me fucking so smart in numerology. A 33 or that my name's Gary.
Probably because
Yeah.
you're a 7.
No, I mean the 7 is what the 33 magnified to make me the fucking genius. So yeah, maybe.
Your mind plane is a 7. You think like a
Yeah,
7.
but you're not. You're not even close to a
I'm a
7.
2. I think like a 2. 2 and 7 are
So
connected.
you're 2 and 7 are connected in no way whatsoever.
They are both water numbers. 2 is the surface of the water and 7 is the bottom of the water. That's why 7 gets all
Where
its
do you
knowledge.
get this nonsense from?
7 gets all
Where'd
its
you get
knowledge.
this nonsense?
7 gets all of
How do
its
you apply this
knowledge
to every web? Tell me how you apply 7 is the bottom of the water. Tell
because
me how
this
you
is why
apply that.
7s are one of the most misunderstood numbers because not
How
everyone
do
is
you
willing to
No,
slim
don't tell me
down.
what's misunderstood. Tell me how you apply it. I just want your application. I don't
No,
want to hear any
I'm
more
literally
nonsense
saying
out
it.
of
I'm
you.
literally telling you. I'm literally telling you how
Okay,
I
go ahead.
understand that. Like when I give readings to people that are 7s, what I notice is through them, any version of 7, any 16, any 25, any 34, what is a common place within the 7? Because they are the bottom of the
The
water.
bottom of the water.
Because there's both polarities with each element of the number. 6 is fire. One is fire. One is the sun. 6 is the fire, is the warmth that comes off the sun. There's 2 is the surface of the water. You can see your reflection in the surface of the water.
I
7
need
is the bottom of the water.
evidence, not hearsay.
No, there is evidence in
You're
how
like a
people
Bible
behave.
thumper who's trying to prove the Bible
No.
through the goddamn Bible. Give me evidence.
Hey, Zapre, what are your big...
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Gary,
if
can you
you're,
hear me?
I mean, I'm just then you're sharing shit online, like just prepare to get checked. If you use Gary's information to make it or provide value to people, pay homage. Like it's kind of simple.
It's very simple, man. This guy is completely lost. Anyone who believes anything he says, it's out your fucking mind, man. If this is the way I spread numerology, no one would fucking believe me. I never would have spread it. Only reason the fucking people believe me is because I actually show evidence the shit works. This is nothing more than woman numerology where there's absolutely no accountability and people say whatever they want and they don't get checked on it. How is 7 the bottom of the water and 2's the top of it? That makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. At least say something like the 7 C's or some shit like that. And say, at least say fucking make it connect. You're not making it connect at all. I mean, you're actually, giving numerology a bad name. And anyone who paid for a reading for you, oh my, oh fucking my. I mean, this is the downside of it. This is the downside of me making numerology popular. There's people who just don't like my personality, so they'll go to fucking other people thinking, oh, everything's the same, and it's just not. It just isn't, man. Go to Tavit, go to Summerbread. You know, these are people who actually know what real numerology is. You know, you don't have to listen to this bullshit. Call them out, check them out, make it make sense. Make them give you evidence. If they can't give you evidence and all they say is this hearsay, this, none of it matters. It's not real. They have to make it make sense. They have to be able to explain it with facts, not like a Bible thumper trying to explain Christianity with the words within the Bible itself. That doesn't work. We need real evidence, folks. And that's why we're in here. I mean, how many people were in this room before I got in here? Like fucking 20, 30. Now we have a real, like there's a guy, Simply Astrology. He 28. He basically took my free information and made an app of it. I never give him trouble. As a matter of fact, I even promoted him once because he pays homage. Do I make any money off him? No. But he does numerology correctly. And he does not claim that he came out himself. And he goes out there and says, yo, I got this from GG33. All those people are more than welcome to fucking do their shit. That's why the fucking Freemason out there. What I won't stand for is someone taking the free information I put out there and try to fucking sell it to others. Those are the people I get deleted right away. Anyone who learned from me and then talk shit, deleted off any other app. Unfortunately, I can't do anything here on Twitter. Elon Musk. All I could tell you is with the people I'm going to be doing podcasts with soon, Elon Musk is going to be very, very sorry. And again, it is what it is. But all I can tell you is the biggest names I deal with, and the reason I deal with it is because I'm spot on. Absolutely spot on. Not hearsay, spot on. People, if you guys want real readings, most people can't afford me. Go to my students. I train them. They're the best of the best. They carry my name. GG33 is my name. So if they work for me, I train them and they're very good at what I do. Go to GG33 classes, go there. Go to GG33 Academy. Get the correct information. Yes, I gatekeep stuff. 100% I gatekeep stuff. Make people sign non-disclosures. But I will never lie. I do send psyops, but I don't do it for my account. I never say it myself. I place psyops, all over the web because I know people want to steal my information will find it, and then they'll fucking try to say it's theirs. That's why I do stuff like that. I've left many booby traps out there. So it is what it is, guys. I'm not gonna. I told this guy if he told the truth, I won't delete him. He actually admitted it wasn't 80 readings. He was capping. I think he's capping about 34, but we'll give him some credit. So it is what it is. If Wise Cat, hold on, let me try to bring some people up here because I actually got readings to do.
Gary, have you ever met
So we're gonna bring Summerbread up here. We're gonna bring Tavit up here. Is Wise Cat here?
Let truth come out.
Bro, Gary, have you ever met a gate 33? Because I've never met one before.
I don't hang around fucking.
All the readings you've given, have you ever met a 33?
Yeah. I mean, Charlie Sheen's on 33.
I mean, but he fucks a lot of girls.
He also sucks dick.
Again,
Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen fucked up. He's a snake and he married a pig, and he was doing drugs, and he was a waste of humanity. He could have done so much, and he fucked it up. So, a lot of people can say I fucked up in some places, but at the end of the day, I did what I said I was going to do. I told everyone last year I was making numerology mainstream, and that's exactly what I did. I'm definitely not going to make as much noise this year as I did last year, but I promise you in 2025, I will have a bigger name than Andrew Tate. That I promise you. I planned this out perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And then I plan to retire in 2026 and hand this thing off to my students. And then we'll do what I have to do for the next step. I have everything pretty much planned out. I'm not fucking 20 years old anymore, so I have to do things in a strategic way. But all I can tell you is I'm definitely one of the good guys. I was out here warning people about before anyone else, told people not to get in March of 2020. As of right now, I've been suspended 20 times on Twitter. I believe that's a record. I mean, remember, Alex Jones is
Why you
allowed
beefing
on
with
Twitter.
Elon?
What's up?
Why you beefing with Elon? Like, do you think it was probably like one of his employees that deleted you? Not.
I'm pretty sure it had something to do with Elon.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. Let's just put it this way. I know Elon's bodyguard, so I can figure a few things out without too much help. But I thought it was Nick Fuentes. I thought Nick Fuentes got me in first. So I fucking paid someone to fucking take down his account. And it's very easy to take down Nick Fuentes because they hate him. And as soon as they found out that was him, they took him out. So I take complete, and even if it wasn't Nick Fuentes, fuck him anyway. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, Gary.
Do something about it.
I have actually a serious question because, like, you know how numerology's been around for years. Like, the Rothschilds been using it for hundreds of years. So there's elite numerologists. So there's a reason why this shit's not mainstream, you know? So do you think they'll ever try to get rid of you?
No, because that's why I have a paywall. If I actually taught you, see, the numerology that people were outside of GJ33 are using is not dangerous to the elite. No one gives a fuck about this shit.
Right.
The stuff I teach, they give a fuck about. So yes, if I did not actually institute a paywall, if I did not make people sign non-disclosures, if I did not do the things I do to gatekeep, I would definitely have a bullet in me a long time ago.
When you were younger, did you try to tell everybody or no?
No. I mean, I will admit that when I was younger, I put a lot of advanced information on Twitter, and I was warned that that was not the way. And I had teams of people going through my Twitter account, deleting tweets I made in 2009 and 2010, because all the stuff that I'm posting is not even close to what I posted back then. But I wised up. I got the shit. No one cared about the stuff back then. That's the beauty of it. I was tweeting such advanced knowledge. It was way above so many people's heads. No one even paid attention to it. So it was all deleted, and it's impossible to find now. And at this point, I'm very careful. I mean, I interviewed Barack Obama's brother, for God's sake. Do you know how many checks and clearances I have to do to get Barack Obama's brother on? I had to fucking check. I had to check to make sure I wouldn't get a bullet in me. And I had to check with a few people. And, I'm probably the only one who... What's that?
You didn't get raided after that?
No, well, the Trump Tower... a couple apartments down got raided, not my one, but I mean, I took that as a signal. I mean, I made two versions of the Obama podcast, and I only released the soft one. I didn't release the hard one for obvious reasons. But listen, the information I actually put out there in my private accounts, people want to know, like, I'll keep it real. Yes, the Rothschilds know more than I do. There's no doubt. And I'll keep it out there. There's no doubt the Rothschilds know more than me. But, here's the interesting part. The stuff the Rothschilds know was handed down to them. They have no one in their system who can learn more. Me, I've actually made connections that even the Illuminati didn't know. And that's why they spy and they take all my shit. And at the end of the day, while my accounts might get suspended, nothing actually happens to me. I just get richer. So, and hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done. I literally got 30 to 35 students working for me right now. I'm not greedy. I go out there and I put people on. Okay. I'm most likely the only one who actually does something like that. Everyone else would be greedy and does it for themselves. I actually go out there and, try to help my guys provide a fucking living off this type of stuff. So, again, I'm not the bad guy here. People might say I am, but, it is what it is.
Now, do you think these there's 13 different life paths? Do you think these are 13 tests before you get into heaven? Do you think there's any correlation with judgment, and these are just tests to get into heaven? No,
you got to go through the 1 through 9, and then you got to go through the 11, 22, 33. And some people, when they
I'm at the last step.
Excuse me,
I said I'm at the last step. But like,
if you're not at 33, you're not at the last stop.
I am at 33.
What's your birthday?
June 22nd, 2003.
Well,
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't fuck it up, my man.
All right. And one question, I just smoked right now. Like I know you said when you smoke, you you were able to gain a lot of knowledge. I can think too. Like, what would you recommend me to do while I'm smoking? Like, you have any do you
Well,
have any customs?
I'm going to be honest with people. I don't recommend that most people smoke.
True.
I think most people are dumb and they shouldn't fucking smoke. Me, I'm such a fucking genius. I can burn 90% of my fucking brain and I'll still be fucking ahead of 99.9% of the people out there.
Fuck yeah.
That was my gift. That was my gift. That was my gift in life.
Right.
I was basically sent here to make this shit mainstream.
Fuck
I was sent here to fucking make God's language mainstream.
Fuck.
And a lot of people are gonna fucking, fuck that shit up. But at the end of the day, I know the world's gonna be a better place when I leave than when I got here.
So Gary, I think last spring or maybe it was in 2022, you tweeted out that you wanted to bring basic numerology into public schools in the
That's
States.
gonna
Do you
happen.
still plan on doing that?
That's gonna happen. That's why I'm gonna retire in 2026. I did everything I can. First of all, you guys don't know what I'm going to do in 2026. So once you guys see that, it'll be much more apparent how this is going to happen. But I'm going to retire from all that stuff, and I'm just going to go straight into the different arena to make sure that this stuff gets into the public school system. It will. I mean, and don't be surprised if America is not the first country to do it. It might be a different country, and GG33 is international. All I can say is I can legitimately have given readings to 12 people who are heads of state, former or current.
How long do you think it'll be until people put everyone puts their numerology in their Instagram bios?
At that point, people are going to be lying about their birthdays because they won't want people reverse engineering and finding out who they were. So at that point, people are going to be lying about it. Celebrities are already doing it. They're already lying about their birthdays. Do you know how many celebrities I know who fucking contacted people at Wikipedia to change their birthdays because they don't want people knowing what their actual life path and all this other shit is? They've already been doing that.
What? So like, what can people do when they find out your birthday? Like, how can they can attack you? Like,
Well, if
because I know
you
people
know,
that they're
if
scared to
you
give out their
if
birthday.
well,
Sorry.
I
Go ahead.
mean, listen, yes, if someone knows your birthday, they can know what your weaknesses are.
Should I stop telling people my birthday? I'm a nobody.
I mean, I tell people my birthday 1778. I'm not scared because I got so few weaknesses. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Facts.
What are they gonna do to me, bro? I mean, if something actually happened to me, oh, there'd be hell to pay. I mean, there'd be people getting off the left and right, bro. They do not want anything to happen to me. They just don't want me fucking educating the world. And quite honestly, what they told me 20 years ago, turned out some of it turned out to be right. He said the same people you're gonna help are gonna fucking try to fucking take you down. I'm like, okay, nah, why would they do that? And then I saw the reality of the situation. I really saw it in the past few couple years, but 2003 really brought that shit out. Like all these people on TikTok are talking numerology because of me, and half of them are attacking me to try to get clout. This shit's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Or I had this one person trying to explain to me the 28, and then he figured out that I was the one who made the 28 mainstream. Shit's fucking a comedy show, man. It's a comedy show. Anyways, tomorrow's my last day on Twitter. Until Elon Musk returns my original account, I'm not going to go through this bullshit of building up another account, especially when I have like a combined 500,000 on IG, over 1 million on TikTok, over fucking 1.5 million on fucking, 1.7 million on YouTube if you count all three of those big accounts. One which I did buy, but whatever. When I have all access to that stuff, what do I actually need Twitter for? I mean, most of my money does not come from Twitter. As a matter of fact, GG33 does like at least 90 to 93% of all the readings on, on Twitter, and not to mention the other 7% are fucking trashing me or fucking talking shit to get. But you know, one thing I've noticed, even with that Pig Bible fucking fraud. And by the way, he's publishing my psyop and trying to sell that to people. It's fucking comical. But I noticed all these frauds. They pretend to be me. And folks, I will never go in your DMs and ask you to, buy a reading. I will never do that. If someone does that claiming to be me, it's a fraud who's trying to con you out of money. Okay? I'm trying to warn you guys. There's at least 50 cons out there all over the internet, Telegram, all over. They'll come to you. They'll say love and light. They'll say they like your energy. They want to give you a reading. They'll ask you for a donation to give a reading. Guys, I'm worth millions. I would never do anything like that. But the people who are pretending to be me, they'll go in your DMs, try to sell you a book, try to sell you this, try to sell you that. The reason they want to sell you things is because they can actually apply their bullshit and make any money off it. I apply numerology and fucking make money in the stock market, sports, not every day, but I'm up more than I'm down. I'll tell you that much. I went on a run in, May 2021. I took 1.2 million from a casino doing sports betting. They fucking kicked me out. I have hedge fund managers who pay me a retainer so they can call me anytime on a special number that has nothing but 8s in it. And, that's my life right now. I literally have to do 5-6 readings a day. I have people who want to talk to me and I don't even have enough time to talk to them all the time. It's unfortunate. I mean, I got to call one of the guys who's speaker right now and talk to him about tomorrow about a few things. And facts, brother, facts. I mean, let me ask you something. You've been through my classes. If this guy, what he's saying, would you have ever paid him a dime for anything he's saying?
Based off his voice,
exactly.
Never wanted to give him my birthday ever.
Yes. Let me ask you this. The people you do business with, and we're not going to mention names, but they're serious people, correct? Would they ever listen to this guy? No. But they're coming to you based off what you learn off me, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So again, I'm not going to mention who this guy is, but I can assure you, both of us don't think $1 million is a lot of money. Okay. So I'll leave it at that. And that's, by the way, my litmus test for people now. If they think $1 million is a lot of money, it's not. It really isn't. I mean, if you're in Nigeria or, some other place like that, it might be, but not here in the United States of America, not here and not in the UK, not in Canada. Nowhere is $1 million a lot of money. People, I want you to understand this internet economy is going to come to an end by the end of the decade. This shit's too easy right now. It's too easy. You have fucking 19 and 20-year-old kids who are fucking making multi-million dollars while 50, 60-year-old men can't fucking, don't have enough Social Security and shit like that. What you have to understand is this is so lopsided now. This shit's going to implode. I encourage everyone to work their asses off until the end of the decade because this world will not look the same way it is. Computers are going to replace people. They're going to start taking jobs away from people. People are going to go broke, and the government's going to start talking about basic income. It's all been planned. It's all going to happen. I encourage people, if you want to actually try to build generational wealth, now is the time. The opportunities are not going to be there next decade. I can assure you, just like we had 100 years ago, it was called the Roaring 20s, where people were living really good, really fat on the hog in the 1920s. Well, even though the economy is bad right now, people are still living very, very good. And that's going to change. And there's less money on the streets right now. I talk to people who actually see the figures all the time. There's literally less money on the streets right now with high interest rates. They're curving inflation, even though that's not working. We're going to be in one of those economies pretty soon where no one can afford a fucking house. And well, not no one, but, imagine there's 10 people in the middle class. 3 are moving into the riches. 7 are moving into the poorhouse. The most important thing in a capitalistic society is the middle class. The middle class is the engine. But when you have big corporations like Walmart, when you have big corporations basically taking the mom and pop stores out, that is only going to lead to one thing: corporatism. and which honestly leads to fascism at some point. And I would rather take fascism than communism any day of the week. But still, that is not something that we want, because all that shit is in war, and fucking war is always the same thing: old people arguing, young people dying. It's never going to change. Right now, we have a fucking genocide going on in fucking where we have white Slavs killing other white Slavs. Isn't that nice? Every single nation that had a white majority, which is America, Canada, most of Europe, they're having mass immigration. And the only other place that's not having mass immigration that is white dominated, they're fucking killing each other in the streets. If you're a white man, it's going to be reverse discrimination real soon.
But
Real
Gary,
soon. You
isn't this
better get your shit together.
isn't this all part of like the World Economic Forum's plan? Like Klaus Schwab's already walked up and like was like, "You'll own nothing and be happy." That's like a famous quote. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
laid out the plan right
what
in
is
front of
Carl
us.
Schwab? Yeah, like that checkmate right there.
No, sorry. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
What is Carl Schwab? What's his numerology number?
The Klaus Schwab? I don't know. What is he? Is it 33?
Yeah, well, look him up. Oh, he sure as hell ain't no 33. Look him up.
What is he, a 999?
Look him up, people. I mean, someone's laughing for a reason.
Hold up a second. Gary.
Yeah, the humanitarian, Carl Schwab.
Damn,
Hey,
man.
Gary,
Yeah,
what
He's
do
a
that
you
lines
nut.
up. That lines up,
what
Gary. That
what
really
do you
lines
feel
up.
about the Russians taking over Florida and Texas?
No, I mean, I live in the Russian mob capital of America, Sunny Isle. So yeah, I don't have any problem with it.
They do that shit to everybody. Thailand, Spain. They take over everything.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I think California is kind of bought out by the Chinese. California, New York.
California is bought out by a lot of people. Listen, you need a strong family unit to keep the government in check. Why do you think the government is so supportive? Because it breaks down the family, and then there's no one to hold the government in check. So it's all very simple. It all makes sense. Just like when they say nines are humanitarians, but the stats say completely different. Almost every fucking nine in power is fucking doing some evil shit.
Yeah, like look at fucking Joseph Stalin.
Almost every single nine in a big position of power is doing some evil shit. And quite frankly, no one outside GG33 is going to figure out why. But I encourage you guys to try. There's nothing wrong in trying. Absolutely nothing. I encourage you guys to do it. Make your brains think. I
Well, even
try to
with the
call some
basic,
people up
even with the
there.
Nine
basic
is
knowledge
war
that you've
energy.
released, it's
It's
not really
that
hard to
they're
figure out
always gonna
why they
want to
do that.
profit off a war.
No.
That's why.
No. I don't think you understand. I've done such a good job releasing basic knowledge that would have been advanced knowledge 10 years ago, making it basic, making it mainstream, but not releasing enough for anyone to figure out what's in the upper echelons. I've done such a good job at that, bro. I'm actually really proud of myself. I've done such a good job to do that. No one's going to figure out shit. They can't even figure out why 20 is the hidden 11, for God's sake.
No, but I'm not necessarily saying like it's easy to figure out, but I'm just saying like if you can put two and two together with the information that's released, you can pretty much realize why
No.
these
You
nines that are
actually
found.
you can build a basement, but it's going to be a leaky foundation because no one knows what friends and enemy numbers are.
Yeah, it's
There's
like
not
you can
one
like
person.
make the cake batter, but you'll go and fucking cook
There's
it, but
not
it's
one
not gonna make it
person
as
here.
good.
Not one person here who's even had 50% of when they put out their lists of friends and enemy numbers. I mean, some people are saying enemies and they're fucking soulmates. Some people are saying fucking they're friends and they're fucking enemies. So in the way you know, like for instance, I said in the PSYOP, force the number of wealth, and then people started going with it. And if you look at, some of the richest people in the world, they're going to be fours, but it's not because they fucking were given it. It's because they outworked everybody. I'll give you one example. Bill Gates is a 28. just like a whole bunch of other 28s. He outworked the other 28s to get there because he's a 4. But he didn't get there because he was a 4. So again, some people don't quite understand how to apply this. You know, I'm only going to help so much. My job was to give people the basics, and that I did. I did that very, very well. I mean, you see Walmart fucking, it's not 99 in their prices anymore. It's 88. You know, I did that. And evidence of that will, you know, fucking come out when I'm no longer around. When I'm no longer around, a lot of shit's gonna come out. Who I talked to, how they fucking went off, how fucking teams won championships based off me. I'll even put it out there. There's this one baseball player who cost me a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money a couple years ago. I happened to talk to his wife and give her a fucking reading. And she wanted to know when to divorce his ass. I remember how much I hated this guy, and for something like that to jump in my lap. And she was only going to get like maybe 5 figures worth of alimony. I made sure he fucking pays 6 figures. That's what I did. And I've done that for, and not only that, that person connected me to baseball owners. Now that happened 3 times in my life, and today it happened the 4th time. I won't mention any names, but today was the 4th time. It was the ex-wife of a famous athlete that either fucked up my money or did some bullshit, and I got the chance to get even. Oh, I fucking enjoyed that so much. So just so you guys know, I'm a sick motherfucker. I don't care about having billions. I would rather just fucking put the disrespectful people in the ground. That's how I am. That's how
How 33s are?
No, that's not how 33s are. That's how I am. I'm not your typical 33s. Most 33s will just let it go. I'm not one of those who are just going to let it go. I am, you know, God promised me vengeance, and I will fucking have it in this life, not the next, in this fucking life.
Gary,
All I'm gonna say is my favorite episode of all time was the Red Wedding. So I play chess here, guys. I do what I can, but at the end of the day, if you don't fuck with me, if you don't go after me, if you pay me homage, I will never fuck with you. Never.
Gary, I had a question. You said that you did about.
Gary, what are your thoughts on Iggy? Andrew and you know, the Tape Boys, they're Iggy guy. What do you think?
Iggy's a 33 life path. He's born 6/9/1971. He's the one who's doing everything from behind the scenes. I think he had a lot more power over the Tates in the very beginning, and then when the Tates were in Dubai and they got canceled all over the place, and Tate met with the Emir of the United Arab Emirates, that's when they offered him a lot of money to become Muslim, and that's when he started grifting to be a Muslim. And his brother is a Christian. And so they got both sides covered. They got the Muslims and the Christians covered. It's a grift. It's a 100% grift. These guys are grifters. Andrew Tate still fucking smokes. He still drinks. He doesn't go to mosques. It's just the act, guys. It's all act to make money because they fucking pay him. And you know, these Muslims are very smart. They're paying a lot of influencers big time money to basically preach the Quran. And I'm not saying the Quran is good or bad. I got my own thoughts on this, but they're actually like the people, the second biggest shareholder in Twitter is a sheikh in Saudi Arabia. So they're big on promoting Islam. You know, that's why Twitter is the one place where you can talk about, you know, Zionists and Jews and all this other stuff. You won't get suspended because there's a strong Arab money here. You know, it is Saudi Arabian money, and they are the closest to the Zionists. But at the same time, it's out there. See, this is some of the stuff I like to talk about. I don't always want to talk about, you know, just numerology and astrology. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about how we better this world. Numerology and astrology is just a tool that we can use to better this world. And at the end of the day, if I didn't have a mouthpiece, if I couldn't articulate what I'm saying to you guys, none of this shit would have mattered. And that guy, Zachariah, who was in here, Listen, I'm happy he knows some numerology, but what he was spewing was absolute nonsense. If you follow that guy, it's like following a sheep off the fucking cliff.
Hey,
You know, and I'm not saying that because he's fucking competition. If they were, you know, like what's his name? Who's competition? There, it really isn't one, but there's this one old man, a black dude. I forgot his name.
Are you
hey,
talking
Gary.
about Para?
Gary, I just
No,
want to throw something
Lloyd
out there real
Strahan.
quick.
Yeah, I'm talking about Lloyd. Lloyd's a nice young old man. He's been nothing. He was there when I was rising up, and he was the only numerologist I never went after. He was the
Hey,
only numerologist I never went after because he's a very respectable man. I don't agree with all his numerology, but I can tell he's a lot better than all these other frauds out there. I've never went after him. Never said a word about him. Only thing I haven't done is he wanted to do a podcast with me, and I haven't done it. Like a lot of numerologists want to do podcasts with me, and I won't do it because why would I give them the clout? I only try to give my students the clout.
Okay, Lloyd is a very straight guy. I love that guy. He's great. I thought you were.
I never said a bad word. Now, if it comes to Glennis McCants, you know that's a piece of garbage right there. She literally married a guy because he was best friends with George Norrie, who was the host of Coast to Coast AM, and that's how she got popular. She'll go on the radio because she married the guy who was the dude's best friend. It's fucking sick.
Okay, I thought you were going to bring up that guy, Para Mahanza, Stacy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Frauds. If I don't know them, frauds.
Wow.
Hey Gary, in one of your lessons, you were talking about how you did like upwards to like
This guy's got big talk about you, by the way.
80,000 like readings or something.
30, I would say 35,000.
35. So like, why would someone try to argue with you if they
No
haven't
idea.
applied it
Do you know
that
No
many
idea.
times?
Just ego and arrogance and stuff like that. There's absolutely no need to argue with me. You should be learning from me, not arguing with me. But we live in that's why I talk about these nines. They always want to fucking teach me something. I'm like, guys, you're not going to teach me anything about numerology. They're like any single way to count these numbers, I know every single one. I mean, it's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. And in all honesty, I waste my time on fucking Twitter too much. I could be fucking giving someone a reading right now, earning $1,000. Yeah, and I'm the only one who has fucking readings who are sold out, like literally sold out. I mean, Tavid, James, Summerbread, they get up there, but you know, I was doing so many readings in March of last year. I was literally doing 10 to 12 a day. My fucking tonsils gave out.
damn. Hey, Gary, do you think Hitler's evil? Because he says he's a
I
33.
think a lot of the things he did was evil.
Also, I wanted to add, I got this art piece of Hitler made when he was 12 years old, authentic, a painting by Hitler. If you know any of your rich rich friends want to buy it, just
I,
obviously you check.
I think that's something that you could put on eBay and probably get a lot of money for. You don't need me for that, bro. As a Jew, I'd feel kind of funny selling Hitler memorabilia. You know, wouldn't be a good look.
I'm trying to donate it to the museum temporarily because I live by a big museum. But
I'm not sure that's the type of stuff the
they got like
Holocaust
skin
Museum would
lamps
want.
too over there. I mean, they want to have skin lamps. Like it's it's a real museum, so they got Hitler stuff there too.
That's I'm not sure Hitler was actually the one who was putting the people in the concentration camps. Actually, the guy who was gassing the people, it wasn't actually Hitler. It was the SS. It wasn't actually German soldiers. The German soldiers at the very end actually joined the American military to fight the SS. The SS were basically, like very, very sick secret police. And the head of the SS was a guy by the name of Heinrich Himmler. And Heinrich Himmler was a 9 life path.
Okay, if we're going to talk about Hitler, why was he so hell-bent on reviving the old Nordic empire in the Black Sun and whatnot, and the god of Odin and Woden?
I'll explain that. white people have always are Jews only competition. They gotta take the white people out, and then they'll fucking own the world. Because if you look at all the other, and again, I'm not trying to fucking, fucking say anything that is too out there, but if you look at the stats, the only democracies in Asia are the ones that Americans installed. The Asians are used to having a strong man. The Russians, the Polish, they're used to having one strong dictator. If you look at Africa, it's all about dictatorship. If you look at South America, nothing but dictatorship and fucking strongmen running. So it's only the white man who's been into this democracy, into this freedom of speech. If you look during COVID, the black people were protesting for Black Lives Matter, but the white people, and I'm saying just the white people, but a high percentage of white people were basically protesting the restrictions. They wanted their freedom. The only thing white people will fight for is freedom. That's the only thing they'll fight for. You can call them any name in the book, they won't care. But you try to take away their freedom, then they'll fucking rise up. And at this point, the elite don't need capitalism anymore. And if they don't need capitalism, they don't need freedom. They don't need the free market. So they can eliminate all of that. And in 1920, that was the first step. The first step was to give women the right to vote. Once women had the right to vote, then they were going to start voting for more socialistic programs, because women are basically all about security and they want to be as secure as possible. So they basically have a whole bunch of security programs. If you look at the entitlement programs, they basically started going up after 1920 when the women had the right to vote. So what that basically encourages is a welfare state. And once you have a welfare state, you can't have complete free market capitalism. Not only that, they broke away the family. The family unit is the only thing that can keep the government in check. For instance, the money laundering operation they have going on right now could never go on in the 50s and the 60s and with Korea and Vietnam, because the family unit was strong back then. And when you have a strong family unit, they start holding the government accountable. Right now, all over America, you have single mothers, and it basically you have a house divided. So if the house is divided, they can't stand together, and they're not looking at the government, they're looking at each other. So what basically happened in the 1920s when they allowed white women to vote, that means all of a sudden at that point whites were 30% of the world population. Now they're down to 7-8%. And again, as I mentioned before, we have a war, in the worst war that's going on. It's a lot worse than what's going on. Yes, 24,000, 25,000 citizens have died, and needlessly. I'm not a Zionist. I don't agree with that shit. But at the same time, 1,000 Jews died. So we have like maybe less than 30,000. We've had over 1 million casualties in some estimates are as high as 500,000 Russians and men have died. Now, those white women are not going to have white men to mate with. What's going to happen is the Chinese are going to move in. They're going to impregnate those women, and then there's going to be even less white people. Congratulations. The Zionist plan is working to perfection. They're going to take out whitey.
Yeah, the Ukrainians will fuck Chinese men, because I just
women, yes, because it's happening right now in Russia, on the southern border with the Russia and the Chinese. There's Chinese men who are going in there and getting their Russian wives. It's happening right now. What do you think these women are going to do? They don't have any men. Women are going to fuck. They want to have sex. Women like to have sex. Newsflash. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are whores. So no men around. Yeah, they're going to get dick from somebody, and they're not going to have any more white babies. Yes, this is called replacement. This is exactly what's happening. I'm not even white. I'm Jewish telling you this. Okay? So I got no fucking dog in this fight. I can fucking leave to Russia anytime I want. I got houses all over the world. I'm not fucking worried about this shit. It's not going to affect me. But at the same time, this is what happens when you give women the right to vote. They fuck shit up. And at this point, you can say whatever you want. But yeah, Whitey's done. Whitey is so fucking done. We're living in the last 20 years of what they would call white dominance. well, honestly, it's not even white dominance, it's Zionist dominance, but the overlord race is using the whiteys. And then we're moving to the Chinese. And to all the minorities listening, the Han Chinese are some of the racist people in the world. They're going to put black people back in chains. As soon as, and the white people are going to be right there with them. As soon as America collapses, it's going to be the fucking dark ages. It's really going to be the dark ages. It really is. And no way do we go past this and it's going to be a better world. The only way that's going to happen is if society starts understanding some of the tools the elite use, and then they have a fighting chance. But you're not going to do it with military equipment. You're not going to do it with money. The only way you're going to do it is with knowledge. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to overthrow the Rothschilds. I'm not going to do that. Maybe one of my students will. Maybe it's going to be the kid of one of my students. Ain't going to be me. I'll tell you that right now. There's been too many fucking Garys who've been martyrs. I ain't going to be one of them. Fuck that shit.
Okay, Gary, before I forget, do you agree with Friedrich Nietzsche that the Antichrist is the age of Aquarius, or do you think it's an actual individual?
No, it's an individual. It's an individual, but 100%, and it's Ox too. And he was born in 2009. Hitler was the first Antichrist. No, I'm sorry. Napoleon was the first Antichrist. He was an Ox. I forgot his exact year of birth. My apologies. Hitler was the second one. He was 1889, and this one's going to be 2009. It's definitely going to be an Ox. The kid was already born. I'm assuming he's in the Middle East right now. I'm assuming he's probably in Iran or Saudi Arabia. I'll find out within the next couple years, and we'll find out what's going on. He's going to be the one that overthrows the Rothschilds, and he's going to be the one who is going to perform miracles, and he's going to look like he's some kind of god, when in actuality he's probably some kind of demon. But he's a demon that some of us will agree with, because what's going to happen is when you have someone who looks bad, and then you have someone who actually does bad things, and the guy who looks bad corrects the bad things, he's going to look like a good guy. And that's what's going to come in the future, man. It's a shame, man. I'm not going to be around for the whole show, but the seeds I planted will be enough to make the world a better place. It doesn't look good, guys. It really doesn't.
Why aren't you going to be around?
What's that?
Why are you not going to be around?
I'm here to play my role, my friend. I'll do what I got to do. I'm like a drill sergeant. Got to get you other guys ready, and that's my role. And I'm not going to be the one that overthrows the evil. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. That's not my role, man. My role, I was brought down here for a mission to enlighten a lot of people. I feel like I've done that. I'm going to do a lot more in 2025. And at that point, I'll pass the baton to other people. I didn't create GG33 so I could just, be in a starting lineup myself. I'm already starting to, let empower other people. I'm not the only one with a big account. There's GG33 members all over the world who are in powerful positions, and at some point that shit's gonna set it off. All I can tell you is, when I got suspended off Twitter, a lot of people who have 10 figures were very upset. And even though they don't have as much money as Musk, quite frankly, they don't have anywhere near as much money as Musk, because Musk is a 12-figure motherfucker. The people I know, the top guy I know would be 11 figures, but not 12, nowhere close to 12. And we're going to formulate a game plan. I was thinking about going to Musk competition. Unfortunately, they were founded in the pig year, so can't do that. And then I had some other ideas. But here's the thing. Musk is a very, very two-faced individual. People don't actually know what he is. And I have assurances from the people at Meta that if I create hit pieces on Musk, they'll make sure to flood the fucking algorithm with it. So while my reach might be limited on here, if I go out, see, sometimes you make enemies with people, and the person's enemies who you're enemies with, they come to you and they want to help you. I mean, God knows that's happening with me. I fucking throw one person out, all of a sudden all these fucking vultures come. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot of people who don't like Musk. And I gave a deadline. If my account is not turned on by tomorrow, and by the end of the day, within 24 hours, then I'm going to start making hit pieces on Musk. And all I can tell you is he can't shut me down on AG. He can't shut me down on Facebook. Zuckerberg fucking hates his ass. And I'm not a big fan of Zuckerberg either. But, the enemy is my enemy is a friend of mine. So that's the philosophy we're going to go for. By the way, I honestly think hydrogen is a much better option than electric. And we're going to see what we can do to fucking convince the American public of that too.
Hey, Gary,
Yes.
try to get Billy Carson on your podcast, please.
Who the fuck is that?
Look him up. You'll fuck with him. He's quite popular.
What does he do?
Billy Carson.
He's like an MIT. Like he talks about not just
Ancient Aliens.
He talks about how EV is not going to be a thing. It's going to move to hydrogen in 10 years. Like,
yeah, it's definitely going to move to hydrogen.
Just check him out.
It's definitely going to move to hydrogen. I think Elon Musk will not even be in the top 10 richest people in the world come 2025. Actually, the same way I did Joe Rogan's dad, I'm going to try to get one of Musk's ex-wives. See if I can do a podcast with her. I'm going to piss this guy off. Amber. I promise you. No, I can't get Amber Heard. She's that tiger's fucking insane. But he had a lot of ex-wives before Amber Heard.
I heard he had threesomes with Amber Heard and Cara Delevingne.
That's absolutely true. And he actually paid Amber Heard a lot of money so she wouldn't fucking tell people about him. Listen, all I can tell you is Elon Musk is a sexual freak. He's a fucking freak. Okay, he's an absolute freak. No one knows the side of him. I do.
You can see the way he dresses with Grimes. Like you can tell he's like,
yeah, you're right. You can see some of the psychological things about it, but the way I break it down, I'm gonna make this guy look bad. So he's got 24 hours. I really don't care if it was him or someone else. He's got 24 hours. I'm just gonna retweet from my Twitter account. I'm not gonna use it. I have some other Twitter accounts on here. What the hell is all that noise?
Okay, Gary, do you think Grimes is a Thelemite? And if she's a Thelemite, do you think Elon is a Thelemite?
I'll find out. I don't know yet. I'll find out.
What is that? Is that like a reptile?
Some people believe in that David Icke stuff. I'm not a big believer in it.
No. There's Aleister Crowley. There's his religion, Thelema, and I'm pretty sure Grimes is into it. However,
Aleister Crowley was not as powerful as people say he was.
Okay, but what about the Liber 777? What do you think?
I think the library in the Vatican is much more important.
Okay, but nobody knows what's in that fucking Vatican.
I think they do. It's all the stuff that was in the Great Library in Alexandria that they say they burned down, but that was a lie. They took all the fucking information out and they burned it down. Not to mention, I've been around some of those books. I've actually seen that. The problem is I can't read that language. I've actually been around. As a matter of fact, I was around one of the ancient books like 3 days ago. And I just couldn't read it. It's a language that you just cannot understand. I try to do some other things with it, but the book has so much energy coming out of it. It's like sick. Like this billionaire fucking pulled this out and he's like, yo, what do you think of this? I open it up. I'm like, what the fuck? You just can't read it. I don't know anyone who knows that language either. And
do you know the name of the language, Gary?
No, there's no one around who knows how to read that shit.
Wow. Like,
There's no one.
was
There's
it
no one around.
designed? Was it designed like a regular book? Like,
What do
how
you
did
mean
it?
there's no one around that knows how to read it? It's written in
Mm,
English. People
It's
read
not
it.
written in English.
What do you mean it's not written in English?
The books I'm around are not written in English. They're not written in Hebrew. They're not written in Greek. There's some kind of language that I've never seen before.
What books?
Exactly.
No, come on. What books?
The same books that are in the underground Vatican library. Same exact books.
I know the Vatican conspiracies, but you got to understand, I don't know what you're talking about.
Brother, I can't even read the books, bro. All I can do is take energy from the books. I can't actually read the books because I don't know what they say.
Is the Vatican satanic? I saw like in one of their big rooms.
I mean, John Paul, I think it was the second or the first, died within 33 days of being elected Pope. He actually wanted to clean that shit up, and they fucking killed his ass. So yeah, I think most people in the Vatican are pretty sick.
Because I saw the auditorium or whatever it's called. Like, it actually looks like a serpent. It's actually very weird. Like, it looks exactly like a serpent, has fangs. Where the Pope talks, it's kind of fucked. It's like right in everybody's face. But I don't know if a serpent is bad though. Is that a bad thing if it's a snake?
I mean, snakes are given a bad name. Some of the most loyal people I have in GG33 are snakes. So yeah. I don't believe snakes are evil. I don't believe the guy who made numerology mainstream is evil either, which is me.
Okay, how do we go from a snake matrix to a cat matrix to a rat matrix?
Yeah, that's stuff I'm not going to explain publicly.
Okay, do you see the Antichrist as a Promethean liberator or an evil suppressor?
I think that when you have a whole bunch of mobsters and you have one mob family that's been in control for a long time, and then a new mobster comes on the block who's even bigger and badder, I think there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. That's what happens.
Okay, what do you think about the age of Aquarius? Besides the flooding and all that, I've heard you say that. But
What do I think about the age of Aquarius? I think that it's an age of enlightenment. I also think it's the end of the white race.
what do you mean the end of the white race? Like, our time's over?
Aquariuses are very attracted to people outside their race, which means there's going to be a lot more interracial couples because of it. When a black man and a white man have a baby, a black man and a white woman have a baby, the child's black. It's not white anymore. So, whites have the weakest genes when it comes to reproduction with other races. And the white race is going to go down to about 3% of society, and they're going to become irrelevant. And then the New World Order is going to have a very easy time controlling the Asians and the light, darker skinned people because, in all honesty, and again, I'm not trying to fucking be funny here, but you can't show me fucking one functioning democracy in Africa that's been around for a while that doesn't have military people overthrowing that shit every couple of years, or the same thing in Asia, the same thing in Latin America. It's only the white nations that have this strong democracy. And again, they're corrupt as fuck too. I get that. But, let's not forget America's the best country in the world. And, it was basically a white nation when they fucking killed all the Indians and took the land from them. The fact that people say black people helped build America is another fucking lie. Black people helped build the South. Black people were basically used as slave labor in the South. The North had no slave labor. The North was actually that economic engine of America at that point. That's why the North won the war, because they had machinery, they had factories. To say that black people, built America because there were slaves in the South is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. And the only reason slavery ended was not because white people decided one day, oh, this is wrong. The only reason it ended was because they needed capitalism. And you can't have capitalism in a slave economy. Why would someone pay you or me or Johnny a living wage when he can pay fucking slaves nothing? So when you can play slaves nothing, that means most people are poor, and you have rich plantation owners and you have poor folks. That's all you had going on back then. But because they needed capitalism, they had to end slavery because they needed people to get a living wage so they could build up the middle class. And that's exactly what happened. That's why serfdom ended in Russia in 1861, around the same time that slavery ended in America, because the powers that be, Rothschilds, said, this is over. We need to build a middle class because we need a capitalism to build infrastructure of the world. Once they have that, which they now have, then they start pumping to the people. So these people get heart attacks and strokes in a couple years, and everyone's like, oh, it was a heart attack and a stroke. Quite frankly, if you took that, I hope you got a fucking will, dumbass. And this is why people don't like me, because I keep it real. I tell the truth. I fear nothing. There's nothing I fear. I don't even fear God. Because when he sees me again, I'll be like, I did exactly what you asked me to do. Get the fuck out of my way. Let me back in the fourth dimension, because I did exactly what you told me to do. And I'm not talking about the God of this realm. I do not serve that fucking evil son of a. The deity that runs this realm is fucking evil. This is a criminal fucking world. Criminals run this goddamn world.
Is it energy harvesting, Gary? Is it just like a constant cycle of keep it going?
I wouldn't even call it harvesting. I don't actually like that word. That's more, farm shit. They basically suck our energy. We have souls. And as long as the souls have negative karmic debt, they're going to be kept on this planet. And the fact that so many people worship, in Christianity and Islam and Buddhism and Hinduism, worship a fucking false god, and this god is it's more likely the devil they're fucking worshiping than actually a god. God does not tell you he's a jealous god and he demands your worship. That's fucking ridiculous.
Those are sins, right?
Those are sins. So again, God is not demanding people worship. It's fucking garbage. And then the imams and priests will tell me it's more important to worship than it is to be a good person and to help your fellow man and to follow God's laws. It's more important to worship God. That tells me right there that this is not a deity I want to worship.
Submission.
And by the way, some people call me a false prophet. To my students in here, have I ever called myself a prophet?
Nope.
Not one time. Not one time. And you know what's sick? And this is why people fucking say that, all knowledge should be released for free. Well, guess what? I've seen what happens when some people get 5% of my knowledge and then they start saying they're gods in training. Are you out of your fucking mind? Just because you know numerology and you have knowledge does not make you a god. That's ridiculous. That's what NPCs think. They get a little knowledge, they think they know it all.
Okay, how are the NPCs generated into the 3D realm without a soul?
Very simple. They're here to keep the people in soul in check.
But who's giving them this power? Where the fuck are they coming from?
Very simple. I mean, just because someone has a physical body doesn't mean they have a soul. Brother, 5,000 years ago, there were less than 50 million human beings. Now we got almost 8 billion. Where did all those extra souls come from?
Okay, do you think this is coming from a lower realm, the way Elon Musk described to Alex Jones, that it's coming from the substrate to come up to our dimension?
No, that's animals. That's animals. And quite frankly, some animals have more compassion than some human beings. So, it's necessary to have empathy. Empathy is not necessarily a bad thing. Empathy can be a good thing as long as it's not like used too much. It's like, anything. You use it too much, it's a bad thing. Empathy is not a bad thing. That's why women have a role in society. They're supposed to be empathetic, but it's the elite have learned how to manipulate women from an emotional standpoint to get that empathy to support negative agendas. Like, they make them feel sorry for. I remember when I was growing up, there was a kid named Matthew Shepard who was basically killed because he was gay, and they made such a big deal out of this, and they made all these women feel sorry for these. I personally think the fucking government killed that guy, that person himself, so they can get all this publicity off it. I remember in 2016 there was a nightclub that was shot up in San Francisco. It was a nightclub. All these people were saying, "Oh my God, how unfortunate!" And again, it could be, but you know what I said to myself, and what I said to the people around me. I wonder how many kids were saved from being molested because a whole bunch of fucking were shot up in Orlando. 40%, no, 40% of fucking are pedos.
Aaron, you hear that?
Yo, Gary, what do you think the difference is between worshiping a god and the God of creation?
Well, the god of this realm is not the god of creation. He's just like the overlord of this realm. Like, I have I haven't seen him because you can't see the wind, but I can feel him all the time. I know exactly like when he steps in, and he leaves little fingerprints around. So I know that the deity of this realm is completely evil. And I mean, think about it. These Muslims go to Mecca and they worship a black rock. In America, there's a company called BlackRock, which pretty much controls all Apple's and all these other companies. It's $1 trillion asset manager. They're worth like $10 trillion. Do you imagine a company is worth about 40% of the U.S. GDP? A company, BlackRock, has more GDP than the state of California. More GDP than the fucking country of Canada. One company does that. It's called BlackRock for a reason. So over there, they have the Muslims worshiping BlackRock based off religion, and over here, they have them worshiping BlackRock based off money. It's the same symbolism.
Okay, can you please lay this to rest for me? When Jews are using the tefillin to pray, that is not an evil black Saturnian cube.
Brother, I haven't been in the synagogue in a long time. I don't mess with those type of Jews. I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't fuck with that shit. All I can tell you is the Rothschilds might know a few things, but if you think a couple of Jews in New York City who are going into tunnels know something about the Talmud or how it actually works, you're sadly mistaken. These people are just sheep. They think they're above other people, but they're not.
Okay, and at Mecca, the black cube, that is not a black Saturnian cube either. Can we agree?
I mean, some people think it's like Saturn itself.
But why do they think it's Saturn themselves? I believe there is a Saturnian philosophy and a death cult, et cetera, from the Greco-Roman Empire. But today, I think that's done and gone with.
I mean, some people say the Roman Empire never died; it just became a church.
Oh, don't tell me you think America is fucking Rome, please, Gary.
No, of course not. But I think the Vatican is Rome.
Okay, because I'm tired of this fucking Tartaria shit, this flat Earth shit. I'm so sick of it.
I mean, some people believe the Earth is flat. I'm not going to debate that shit. I'm not debating that shit. That's like, Zerk always wants to debate that shit with me. I'm like, man, find yourself some other Muppet to do that shit with. I'm not doing that garbage. I mean, the funny thing is, Sneeko says I psyoped Zerka on being a numerologist and astrologer. He says the Jew psyoped you. Well, if I psyoped him, then he psyoped you with flat Earth. So it is what it is.
For real. How is Zerka, by the way?
He's fine. He's making more money now. Now he's out this Miami environment. Good for him.
Where is he now?
Damn.
What's he doing?
Going on the kick streams. What else is he going to be doing in Canada?
Gary, I was going to say, you mentioned BlackRock, and tell me if I'm getting out of line with the gematria, black equals 11, and then
those are good,
rock
Mason.
equals 2. So that breaks down to 13, the number of the matrix. Is there something there?
I mean, you can make that validation, but that's not the way I count up the letters. I do it a little bit differently, but yeah, you could say that.
Okay, let's go into that. What's the difference between Chaldean, Pythagorean, and Gematria and whatnot?
Oh, one's effective, one isn't.
Which one's effective and which ones aren't?
The one I use,
Which one do you use?
Pythagorean.
What do you think about Chaldean? Why does it only go to 8 and they leave out the 9?
I'll just put it this way. There's a lot of psyops out there, my friend. I could prove this, but I would have to release information that would wise everyone up. And, at this point, I got to make sure my GG33 members are way ahead of everyone else. So I got to be careful what I say. When I do spaces with my own GG33 members, especially the gold one, those are fucking great, man, because I don't have to hold back. I can say anything I want.
Okay, but what about these other great books? Matthew Goodwin, Faye Jarvain. What do you think?
I think that they're mostly filled with misinformation.
So what is a good book?
I told everyone, man, I read all the books in 2001. I talked to all the people who wrote the books in 2002. Most of those people are dead now. And when I talked to them, I realized that they're not actually applying the information they're putting out there. They're just putting stuff out there and not backtracking it. Imagine, creating a fucking car and, not making sure that, not making sure all the calculations are right for the width of the car and where they're going to put the fucking power steering and making sure there's enough space for this. They're basically throwing crap together and they have no one to challenge them. Like if someone challenges me, I'll have answers. Like when I went on that podcast with Sartain and Rolo, they were fucking going after me hard. I fucking checked them every single time, made sense, didn't give up too much information. And by the way, people have no idea how difficult it is to basically debate people with two hands tied behind my back because I can't actually reveal things and actually still win. That's difficult, and I've made it art of it, just a straight up masterpiece.
And wouldn't it be about the specifications? It's like going into an argument and being like, "Hey, what's your iPhone specifications?" Oh, the height is, I don't know, it's pretty tall. Oh, the screen looks good. You have to have absolute numbers.
Masterpiece. You're talking about the numerology, right?
Numerology in itself is as close to perfection as it gets.
I believe numerology is the code of the matrix. However, I do believe the most powerful results is going to be in your astrology.
I think you just got to combine the two in like latitude and longitude. All right, guys, I'm not going to be in here for too much longer. We have a lot of people in here. Hope you guys are having fun. As a matter of fact, Ingram, why don't we have a talk in about 15 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
That sound good?
Thanks.
All right. Well, I'll call you in a little bit. We'll go through that. We actually have some real business to talk about. Not this fucking how much work I put in this numerology. You think this is a grift, or some of you think, oh, you can learn this shit in books. If you honestly can learn the stuff in books that I'm teaching, do you think the people who are paying me 5, 6, 20, 30K would not be making a big deal out of this? I mean, let's be honest, people. All the non-disclosure I make people sign basically says they can't teach what I teach them. It doesn't say they can't criticize me. Okay? Nowhere in that non-disclosure that says they can't criticize me. And when it comes down to it, the stuff I put out there, especially at the gold level, You're never gonna figure. It's at least 50 years above anywhere where these numerologists are ever gonna find. So, am I encouraging people to join gold? Hell no. Shit, you got to show me 100K in assets to get in gold. I won't even fucking touch you. You can't, like, for instance, if you have 50K to your name and you think you're going to pay me 23,300 to get in gold, that's not going to happen. I will reject your money and I won't let you in because people in gold need to have a certain type of level. And Summerbread, tell me if I'm wrong. Don't people in gold tell me to raise the prices all the time?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So is there one person in gold who tells me, yo, you shouldn't raise prices?
Nah.
Not one. Not
Nope.
one. Think about this. Think about this, guys. I don't even have links on my website where to join GG. You can join GG33 Academy, sure, but there's no non-disclosure with that. But you can't even join my fucking group without passing an interview first. And people think I'm all about money. Guys, if I wanted to, I'd have fucking 20,000 people in GG33 right now. I'm telling you right now, if I put a link to fucking sign up to gold, bronze, and silver, I would make $1 million in 48 hours. Do you doubt me, Summerbread?
Not at all. Nope.
Within 2 days, I would make $1 million in sales. But I'm more interested in keeping the integrity of the group than letting some fucking in there who has money or some fucking feminist who took her clothes off on OnlyFans who doesn't deserve this knowledge to have it. You see, this is why I was chosen to do this. Because if anyone else was in my position, how many girls in the group they've impregnated by now, Summerbread?
20, 30.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Could you imagine if Zerko was ready to group? He fucking would have banged half in there.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. So this is why a guy like me was chosen. I'm a family man. I don't cheat on my wife. I don't fucking do drugs. I don't consider marijuana a drug. I don't drink. I'm a man of my word. Again, sometimes it takes me some time to fucking get shit done, but I get it done. And you guys are blessed that someone with my type of mentality actually has this knowledge, because if it was most people, they honestly would have kept this shit to themselves. And that now I understand Jesus. I understand God. I could have kept all this shit to myself, had all this knowledge myself, just enriched myself. And instead, I fucking passed down to the world. And now I have people who learn from me, who have the arrogance to question me. Or then some people who say I'm wrong and they're right when they learned this shit from me a few months ago. I completely understand Jesus, God, and quite frankly, I understand the elite, why they do certain things. Because why help people who are going to turn on you? And I have a good idea now of the people who will, because I didn't do a bad job with even, how many people, ex-GG3 members do we have? Like, what, 25 out of 1,500? Not a bad percentage, guys. Not a bad percentage at all. And the people I, kicked out, they thought they were, gods, or, I talked to this one bit. Do you remember that one who fucking told me she's an angel?
Oh, yeah, the rat.
Yeah, the rat, fucking Crystal, that was her name. I was actually nice to her. And one day I call her up and she's like, I'm not Crystal. I'm like, okay, why'd you change your name? She's like, no, Crystal doesn't exist anymore. Then she gave me some name that she is. And I found out that she was fucking a pig. and this pig, who happened to be a 9 life path, convinced her that she was an angel. I'm like, then I asked her a simple question. Do angels need money? And she's like, no, angels have everything they need. God provides everything. I'm like, if that's the case, how come you're still going to work? No answer for that one. I remember the funniest thing she told me. She was like, your biggest mistake was not dumping all your students and just teaching me. I'm like, are you fucking insane? And she was only at the Browns level. So again,
pretty sure she was smoking like crystal meth or something, right?
Most likely. The shit's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do, man? Anyways, I'm going to do one of my own spaces tomorrow, put this out everywhere. And then after I'm done with this, let's have it. I got a big fucking podcast. Big podcast. You know what? I'll say this. It's someone who's extremely close to Kanye West. Extremely close to Kanye West. That's who I'm doing my next podcast with. And this year I'm going to get Justin Bieber. And this year I'm going to get a bunch of A-list celebrities. And I'm just going to put more and more of my students on. I'm not going to be happy till I got at least 100 of my students doing reading jobs, because quite frankly, I'm enough to get that working. You know, other people are just concerned about themselves. I remember when the billionaire told me the true success of a billionaire was how many millionaires he made. That fucking stuck with me. It's not about being a king. It's about being a king fucking maker. So that's what I'm going to do. I have connections in politics, connections in sports, connections all over the place. I've definitely been a lot more MIA the past couple months. Got injured. Achilles injury is nothing to fuck with. So, I mean, I'm in my 7-year cycle, so it is what it is. But, you know, watch out for me in my 8-year. No matter what I do this year, and it's going to be big things, I want you guys to know it's nothing compared to what I'm going to do next year. Next year is when I cash in all my chips. Next year is all those favors, all those celebrities, all those people owe me. They're all going to get cashed in next year. I made a promise that I was going to be bigger than Andrew Tate. It was in 2022. I'm going to keep it, and then I'll retire and I'll let someone fucking have another shot at the title. One thing I'm very happy about, I don't have to be around these ass influencers anymore. I did not like them. I thought there were, besides a couple people in Vegas, Vegas, besides maybe my crypto guys, Miguel and Charlie, solid fucking people. Besides Zerka to a point, and that's definitely to a point. You know, Myron, fresh and fit, he's a pretty solid guy. Besides that, everyone in the city's a fucking, and I don't deal with fucking, I'm not going to platform, I'm not going to work with them. I literally spit at flags every time I'm around my kids, so they see exactly how you're supposed to act around those type of things.
Good father.
100%. And I encourage all of you guys to do the same fucking thing. You see that shit, you burn it. You fucking burn it. You do whatever you have to. That shit is not welcome. And I do not fucking like influencers who fucking pretend they're gay so they can get fucking views. You fucking are going all to hell. You're all going to have to, you know, at some point you're going to be judged. Do you really want to be the type of influencer who influences people to do bad things? Do you really want to be that person? Do you want to be like Aiden Ross? Do you want to be like fucking Tate? You know, these are fucking human pieces of trash. Obviously, Tate's a lot better than Aiden Ross, but you know they're in the same category, man.
So Tate got a whole reading from you, and then he says the shit's fake. Like, did he pay for it?
Correct.
Did he pay for it too?
No, it was 2018. He did not pay for it. It was a celebrity friend hooked us up, and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Back in those days, if there was a celebrity, I fucking, you know, I wasn't as busy as I was, you know, now back in 2018, 2017. I would do stuff like that. I can tell you right now, there's people on IG with millions of followers who are reaching out for a reading, and I just send them my link. I don't care.
Okay, how much do you know about Iggy, and is he American or European?
He's Jewish, and he's basically the one who organized the war room. He was running the war room in Tate's absence. The problem is, you know, Tate is good friends with Justin Waller, and Justin Waller hasn't earned his stripes. He's not that good behind the mic. He's not that good. And there's a lot of better people that could have replaced Tate. Like, for instance, Sneeko. Sneeko was a much better person to replace Tate. The only problem is Tate never liked Sneeko, and that's why when Sneeko wanted to join the war room, Tate wouldn't let him. You know, Tristan likes Sneeko, but Tate never did. Tate always viewed him as competition, which is this very stupid move. He could have fucking had Sneeko take over for him when he was locked up, and the war room would have been doing a lot better. But Justin Waller just doesn't have that it factor. Sneeko is way better at this. I'm not saying Waller's a bad guy. Only question I have with him is, are you a fucking, you know, you have a lot of money, bro. Why are you living with a gay porn star in the same house, which is Sterling? Like, why are you guys living together? And don't think this is something I wouldn't ask him into his face.
Sterling has done gay porn before.
Yep.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
You know, that's why I asked these war room guys. Is there like a different war room in America than there is in you know, Dubai? Because you know, it's a sin under Islam. They stone motherfuckers to death.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. A couple more minutes. I'm out of here. Summerbread, you okay to take this over?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, brother. I want you guys to know something. I'm not always going to be around. Literally, I'm not always going to be around. You need to go to my best of the best, and Summerbread's one of them. People think I'm kidding. I'm done with Twitter tomorrow. I'm just going to retweet my guys. That's it. I'm done with this shit. I waste 2-3 hours a day on this app. I could be making fucking 2,000-3,000 in that same fucking time. What am I doing on this app? I don't need this anymore. I'm just gonna focus on the other platforms, and I'm gonna go to war with Musk. I'm gonna expose that fucking guy for every little thing I can find on him. I'm gonna show that hydrogen's a better solution, and I'm gonna try to damage this guy's fucking wallet. Now, obviously, he's still going to be a billionaire no matter what I do. But if I can help knock him off that fucking pedestal of his, I'll be more. I never liked the guy. I only shut my mouth because he.
Why would he be hiding hydrogen? And do you think he's Aleister Crowley's moonchild?
No. I don't think he's Aleister Crowley's moonchild. I think he's a man who was empowered by the elite for reasons I will not mention. But I know exactly why he was empowered. And, you know, he's much more than just a 28. Summerbread knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, listen, your boy Drew Tang thinks he's the fucking moonchild.
I mean, that's fine. I don't think he's a good guy either. You know, if Drew thinks that, that's fine. I got nothing to say about that. I'm not going to criticize my own students.
Okay,
Drew also says Donald Trump's the moonchild too.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, do you think there is a connection at least between Elon Musk and Jack Parsons, the rocket scientist?
Yes.
And what is that connection?
I'm not at liberty to say right now.
Okay, then he's the moonchild because Jack Parsons was working with Aleister Crowley at the
I
time.
know what Jack Parsons was doing. I've studied Jack Parsons way more than most people. I can assure you, Elon Musk is not Jack Parsons. Okay, moonchild, all this other thing. Elon Musk. I can't even fucking say it. I can't do it right now. It'll come out this year. It'll come out. No, I can't.
You're on
No. Listen. There's a good chance this account's going to get deleted too. So whatever I say, it's going to get lost in translation. I might as well, if I'm going to do something like that, I'll put it on IG and get millions of views instead.
Okay.
Gotta be strategic, my man. Anyways, Ingram, I'll give you a call. Actually, call me in about 10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go for that. Anyways, guys, it was a pleasure. This is most likely the last other person. Oh, Malik's here. Yo, give me 1 second. Yo, Malik Obama's here. Let's invite him to speak for a little bit.
No fucking way.
Yeah, let's get Malik.
Let's go.
Malik, we'll get you in there. Let's see. I try to get him a request to speak. Malik Obama is the brother of Barack Obama, the former president of the United States, but he is a Donald Trump supporter. If you guys watch my podcast,
Real nigga right there.
he is a good man. Just a straight up good man. I enjoy spending the time I spent with him. Not a fake individual. He tells you exactly what he thinks. I wish he would have kept some of those Palestinian comments to himself before he landed to Miami last time, so he could have done it at an event. But other than that, he's done everything perfectly. This is a man who's going to make a lot of noise in 2024. He hasn't done it yet, but it's going to come. That election, as soon as Michelle Obama's announced that she's taking over for Biden, and that's definitely going to happen very soon. You'll see exactly how this works. Anyways, can we get Malik up here? If not, then I'll just dip out of here. I just invited him to speak again. Let me know if it works, my brother.
Okay, Gary, while Malik's coming up, has this been the best spaces you've done so far? Yes or no?
No, of course not.
No, who's the best?
I did one with David Icke and Deja Vu, which got about 5,000 viewers. That was probably the best one I did.
Okay, high hits, but fuck those schmucks. Come on, David Icke, Deja fucking.
I actually did call him a schmuck, but listen. If I have a really good mouthpiece. People like listening to me, and I can talk for hours and be interesting. Comes from life experience. Tate's right about that, but at the same time, I'm a leader. I deal with a lot of personalities, and I try to make the best of it. Am I perfect? Hell no. I never claimed to be a god. I'm no fucking god. I'm just a very, very enlightened man. That's it. And hopefully when I'm done with my mission, I never have to come back here. I encourage all people to try to make this world a better place than when they came in it. And if you do that, then I think you have a good chance of reincarnating into something much better next lifetime. That's basically the way I feel. I think that there's far too much evil in this fucking world. Far fucking too much evil. And everyone should do their part to try to make the world a better place. That doesn't mean you have to be a pushover. That doesn't mean if someone hits you, you have to fucking take it. What that basically means is, live by honor. Live by honor, man. Just live by honor. I try to think that I've done a lot more good in this world than I've done evil. And I've definitely committed some evil acts, but they were definitely when I was younger. I didn't understand what karma was back then. You guys have to understand, I had no teacher. No one taught me anything. Nothing. All the advanced stuff I learned, it was honestly on my own. And when other people say it, I'll fucking criticize them because they're not 33s. They're just not.
For real.
Hey, Gary. 22-7 here. Is there anything that you could drop for 22s?
Build, baby, build.
Yeah, but something deeper, because I feel like there's like not much that anybody says.
There's a lot deeper stuff. There's a lot deeper stuff, bro. Unfortunately, listen, here's the thing. Let's say I give you some information that's in GG33. This shit's going to get recorded. It's going to get posted all over TikTok, all over IG, which is pretty much what my space is. By the way, we're going to have more listeners on TikTok listening to this and YouTube than we actually have in here. And the amount of times it's going to be recorded all over. So what's going to happen is this gets recorded. A whole bunch of people hear it. Then other people who have their basically burner accounts and they actually have big accounts in real life, they get a hold of the information and they make it theirs. They make it seem like it's their own. You understand? And then I get no credit for it. And then the gap between GG33 and the outside public closes a little bit more. I'm not doing that anymore.
Would you
I've
be open to a
educated the
private
public
chat?
enough. What's that?
Would you be open to a private chat after?
No, because you haven't signed a non-disclosure.
Oh, fuck.
What's going to prevent you from, teaching other people?
Yeah, you're right. I guess we'd have to get more rapport between the two of us.
There you go. So
I
again,
respect it.
and by the way, Summerbread, do people in GG33 Gold agree with my decision to gatekeep or not?
No, everyone does. Absolutely.
Absolutely, everybody does. And you know, the best thing about me, I want you guys to think about this. No matter if it's a fraud or someone out there who's trying to make a name for themselves, they never criticize the knowledge.
Yo, Mr.
Never.
Obama, is your brother gay?
Yeah,
Malik.
facts. Yo.
He was just there. What happened? What happened? He was just there.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, drop the sauce on Michelle's dick.
Come on, guys. Let's at least start at first base. You guys are want to fucking hit a home run already. Malik, you there? Nah, he's gone. All right. Well, we tried. Anyways, that's Gary the Numbers guy for you. He has Malik Obama coming into his spaces. Anyways, I'll wish you guys a good night. And we're going to give me a call in 10 minutes. Summerbread take over. As a matter of fact, do me a favor. When I leave, can you make Summerbread the co-host? Jay.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Jay, are you in GG33 Academy?
No, I'm not. I was.
Okay, Summerbread. Get a hold of Dale and tell him to put Jay in GG33 Academy free of charge. He's handled this spaces as a very good host, and it is appreciated. So I'm going to dip out, and we're going to give me a call in about 10 minutes. And Summerbread, dominate.
Peace, Gary.
Good talking with you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Out, Gary.